Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to playoff football here at Clarksville High School and Hilder J. Richardson Field. I'm Knox Reeves. I'll be your play-by-play tonight, joined by Mr. Ben Moore, Sr. Ben, before we get into the game tonight, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling good for a playoff atmosphere. Watching our 10-0 Cats take on the Collierville Dragons. Looking forward to a good game.
So let's talk about the game tonight. It's playoffs. Every team is 0-0. Clarksville High achieves their first undefeated season since 1945 this year, going 10-0, 7-0 in the region, but that means nothing anymore. It's the playoffs. Win or go home. Every team has 0 wins and 0 losses. Now let's talk about both team schedules. Collierville 7-3 on the year, 3-3 in the region. All 3 losses of their regular season coming to Bartlett, Houston, and Germantown, the 3 top seeds in Region 8 6A, I would say. They've played a significantly stronger schedule than the Cats, but you cannot blame Clarksville for playing who they played. They do not make the schedule. They line up against who they line up against. Collierville has lost all 3 games to Houston, Bartlett, and Germantown, as I said. Bartlett is currently at Rossview, down on exit 8, about to kick off a playoff game the same time we will. Germantown hosting the Coyotes of West Creek as the 1 and 4 seed on the other side, and the 3-2 matchup between the Dixon County Cougars traveling down to Houston. We're wishing good luck to all of our fellow region players as they head down to Memphis and host some Memphis teams tonight, hoping to see some Clarksville victories all around the city. Let's take a look at the last few times we've seen some Memphis teams in the playoffs. Beat Mumford 2 straight times in 2020 and 2019, both on the road, once as a 3 seed, once as a 4 seed, both big upsets for the Cats. Last time we saw a Memphis area team down here was Southwind in 2018. Ford Cooper's Cats, led by Devin Bender and Dante Hurt, lose on a thriller, missed extra point, lose by 1 point to Southwind.
That was a great game. That was when Ford got hurt in the middle of the second quarter, went in the locker room and just willed himself to come back out and lead that comeback. And we thought it'd tie it up and go to overtime, but we missed that extra point.
Giant game there. Would love to get some so a little bit of Memphis area revenge here at home after 5 years. Went to Mumford in 2017, lost by a considerable amount, but that does not matter to this year's team, as a lot of these kids that are playing now were in the 6th or 7th grade when that happened.
That's right.
So let's talk defensively, and before we do that, let's meet our starting defense for the Clarksville Wildcats.
Donovan Bowles, Senior, Glenelg Elementary School.
Payne Lincoln, Senior, McKendree Middle School.
Weston Boyd, Senior, Richmond Middle School.
Isaiah Soto, Senior, Northeast Middle.
Cam Staley, Senior, Richmond Middle School.
Paul Reynolds, Junior, St. Louis Middle School.
Ben Moore,
Junior, Richmond Middle School.
Jack Stein, Junior, Richmond Middle School.
Maury Galbraith, Junior, Richmond Middle School.
Jamarcus Watkins, Sophomore, Richmond Middle School.
Camille Childs, Class of 2025, Richmond Middle.
Presentation of the colors. Tonight's colors are being presented by the JROTC Guard. Corporal Dennis. The national colors are presented by Staff Sergeant Paul. The school colors by Private Hernandez. And the left guard is Sergeant First Class George.
Clarksville High School band sounded good there.
Yeah, Clarksville High School band placing really well in some competitions this year. I believe it placed top 5 in every single competition they've been in, so props to the Clarksville High School band and under the direction of Andrew Gaskell.
You've got a personal connection to the band, do you not?
Yes, my little sister is in the color guard. Lily Reeves, shout out the whole Reeves fam. Lily is extremely good at what she does and probably will end up being more famous than I will, so probably going to be real competitive about that for a while, but love her and good to see the band doing really well. Love watching their shows. So defensively, let's talk a little strategy. First, defensively, you have to game plan for the offense. Collierville Dragons offense is led by Missouri commit quarterback Aiden Glover, checking in at 6'3". Glover has thrown for 1,749 yards and 21 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions on the season. Also has added 351 yards on the ground and 7 touchdowns through rushing. The key to the game here, I believe, is keep the ball out of Aiden Glover's hands. Defensively, they're going to throw the ball over the yard. Aiden Glover's top target this year is Joakim Dotson, a 6-foot wide receiver who has amassed 42 catches for 700 yards on the season. He's also
His dad's a former Memphis Tiger, a very heavily recruited young man. A lot of Southeast Conference, ACC conferences looking at him.
most likely we'll see him starting at a Power 5 school in the next coming years, so he is a name to watch, wearing number 4, I believe, for the Dragons tonight. Also on the Collierville offense is Liberty tight end commit Eli Sissons, weighing in at 6'2", 190, and Duke commit tackle Robert Bowden at 6'6", 290 pounds. A big boy protecting Aiden Glover. So my two keys to the game defensively, your defensive backfield, led by senior Isaiah Soto and Cam Staley. Keep everything in front of you. The Dragons are going to make plays on offense. Their receivers are too athletic to not, and their quarterback is very good. They are going to make plays throughout the night. Limit the big play, let it keep in front of you, and don't get too high or too low. As I said, they're going to make plays. You can't just hang your head when they make an insane grab. At some point tonight, Joakim is going to go up and probably moss 2 people. It's just going to happen. You have to be able to react and be able to figure out what's going on there. Offensively, we'll talk a little strategy, but first, let's meet the Wildcats' starting offense for tonight's game.
Clay Mobley, senior, Ritchie Middle School. Jacob White, senior, Ritchie Middle School. Zarion Elliott, senior, Ritchie Middle School.
Eddie Best, senior, the Red Middle School.
Devin Drawn, senior, Kenwood Middle.
Trey Youngs, junior, Ritchie Middle School.
Jack Wyatt, junior, Ritchie Middle School.
Maury Galbraith, junior, Ritchie Middle School.
James Dalrymple, junior, West Creek Middle School.
Jack Stein, junior, Ritchie Middle School.
Ben Moore, junior, Ritchie Middle School.
So that is the Clarksville offense for tonight's game. And my key here is play your game. Run the ball, play smash mouth football as Isaac Shelby has coached for his entire coaching tenure. Defensively, Collierville has a pair of 3-star corners in Cam Herring, weighing in at 6'1", 170, and Kyle Campbell at 6'2", 165. Both incredibly athletic cornerbacks, but good news for the Wildcats, we don't really throw the ball, and that is perfectly okay in this situation when both of your defense's best players are defensive backs. 3 losses, as I said earlier, have come to teams that play smash-mouth football for Collierville. My key to the game, play possession, do your job, don't do too much, and just wind the clock out and keep the ball out of quarterback Aiden Glover's hands.
Tell you what, Knox, earlier in the year they played Beach, our old region rival. You know, when the reclassification came out, Beach moved down to 5A. Now they're over in Sumner County. They traveled down to Collierville and played, lost 28-21 in a pretty sloppy game. It was early in the season. We sort of saw some tendencies there, and maybe that Clarksville High will adopt those and come out on the better end tonight.
And Beach and Clarksville run more similar schemes than most people would like to admit, as well as talk a little bit about Beach. That region they play in, oh my word, that is the region of death down in 5A. There's also an argument to be made. The region Collierville plays up here in 6A is probably the best region in 6A football.
Absolutely. So we got the captains out there tonight.
Captains here tonight from left to right for your Clarksville Wildcats. Laney Best, Devin Trahan, James Dalrymple, and Amari Galbraith, a pair of seniors and a pair of juniors heading out for the coin toss tonight. Captains for the Dragons from left to right is senior quarterback Aiden Glover, wearing number 10 for the Dragons. Number 21, Eli Myers, a senior linebacker, will also come out for the coin toss. A senior tight end, Eli Sisson, Liberty commit, will come out for the coin toss. And the last captain for the Dragons is number 44, Jonathan Davis, a senior linebacker / defensive end.
Collierville in all whites tonight. Looks pretty sharp with the grayish helmet.
I will say their helmets do look quite sweet. I will say that very nicely. I don't say nice things about opponents usually, but we're going to have to make an exception for that one. Those uniforms have a good color combo. Wildcats in white helmets, purple tops, and white bottoms with gold letters and gold outline tonight. Pretty classic look with the white, purple, white. We'll take a break here on the Wildcat Radio Network. When we come back, kickoff from Hilda J. Richardson Field. You're listening to the Wildcat Radio Network. Welcome back to the Wildcat Radio Network. Clarksville has won the toss and will receive in the south end zone towards the field house. Clarksville elects to start on offense. A pretty good choice here by Isaac Shelby, I believe, to try to get out there and pound it right down their throat from the opening kickoff. Clarksville ready to run out whenever they're ready, and here come the Cats. The Wildcats kickoff return team will get set up here. Trying to see if we can get some good returns. I believe we had a kickoff return touchdown last year in a home playoff game. Cam Staley, the up-back, took it back for a touchdown late in that game, so hopefully we can recreate some of that magic here.
Last week against Northeast, Jamarcus Watkins took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, so I don't think they'll be good kick at the 21 to start the game.
If their kicker has any sort of sense, I wouldn't kick it to Jamarcus Watkins either. Jamarcus, also a track star, almost was about a tenth of a second off of the 100-meter record at Clarksville High as a true freshman here last year.
And you know, this is back-to-back years of home games in 6A. A team from Clarksville never hosted a 6A playoff game until last year when the Cats beat Overton.
A huge step for the program and the city of Clarksville football as a whole. The kicker is about to tee it off. The teams are set. Jamarcus Watkins is deep. It's football time in Tennessee. Jamarcus Watkins will take it off the bounce. He has a hole a little bit. He's going to try to turn the corner and will run into nothing but Dragons. He'll get up to about the 18-yard line. A couple good blocks thrown there, but good coverage by the Dragon kickoff team. And that'll bring out the Clarksville offense.
For those who have been following us all year, Knox, we rotate quarterbacks every play. So who's getting the start tonight?
It'll be Jack Wyatt, junior quarterback wearing number 4. Looks like they're going heavy set. They'll bring in an extra tight end on the left side. They're going to go double tight end, actually, start off the game. They'll go over on the right side with Donovan Bowles and Ben Moore, both the tight end. Give us to Galbraith on the back side and gets swallowed up. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he did. And that'll be no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looks like they're trying to get Buck going early. Collierville's linebackers read it really well and swallowed him up for no gain. Trey Young's now in at quarterback. Our rotating quarterback system already in full effect. Keaton Anderson will come in and motion behind, orbit motion backside. Give us to Galbraith, and he'll truck a man at the 23.
Nice game.
Get him a couple extra yards. We'll get the Cats up to about the 24-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4 after a gain of 6. They'll bring in another double tight end set with Donovan Bowles and Ben Moore to the right side. Jack White at quarterback. Galbraith behind him. The give is to Galbraith. He punches outside and he'll get the first down, dragging Dragons all the way to the 37-yard line, maybe 38. So that'll be a first down.
So Amari was over my house earlier, fed him after school. Today's his birthday, 17th birthday. So we want Amari a happy birthday and getting that first down there. We're proud of him.
Happy birthday to the man AG. Peyton Langan now at running back for the Cats. Trey Young at quarterback. Again, a double tight end set, double wing. Give us to Galbraith. And he's got room. Has to cut back, but gets a gain of about 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. Excuse me for calling James Galbraith. I always see him and Amari together all the time, so I get them mixed up.
All the time. And you, knowing the offense you do, you know exactly what play that is. You've ran that thousands of times.
I've heard that play called millions. 2nd and 1. Jack White at quarterback now. The give is to Langan, and he'll explode through a hole and get the first down. Langan will get about to the 48 where he'll be taken down just across midfield. And this is exactly the start you want if you're the Clarksville Wildcats offense, just pushing it down their throat play after play.
Yes, it is.
Mobley will come in. He'll be the lone receiver to the right side. Tight end left is Ben Moore. Galbraith back at running back. Trey at quarterback. Trey will keep it on the option. Dalrymple, they're going to blow this play dead. They blew it dead before the snap. Dalrymple had a lot of room. Might have been because the Collierville players stopped playing for a minute. Looks like they're going to call a false start on the offense. That'll move it back. And that'll give us 1st and 15 from about the 47-yard line. Not what you want to see.
I didn't see who that was on. Could you tell, Knox?
I didn't see a false start personally, but I know James had a lot of room on that play if they didn't count it. Mobley will be the lone receiver to your left. Ben Moore, the tight end on the right side. Wide at quarterback. Give is to Galbraith, and he will get a yard. Great job there by the Collierville defense to swallow up the middle. Coley Reynolds will come in at receiver. Will be the lone receiver on the left side. Youngs will come in at quarterback. Not the situation you want to be in as a running offense. 1st and 2nd and long.
Never want to be behind the chains.
Give us to Galbraith, and he'll explode through a hole for about 5 yards. Scratch that. It will be a gain of 6. We'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Wildcat offense. Scratch that. It'll be 3rd and 9. Looks like they gave him the 46, but they only gave him the 47. Interesting to see the play call here with 3rd and 9.
I would think Coach Shelby's got 2 plays here.
Langan the running back, Wyatt the quarterback. James motions behind. Give is to Langan, and he will get 2 yards. It'll be 4th and 7. And it looks like he's going to keep the offense out here on 4th and 7 from the 45-yard line of the Dragons. 2 receivers to the right side, Ben Moore and Coley Reynolds, both on the ball, so Ben cannot receive a pass here. Trying to get the Dragons to jump, it looks like, and Clarksville will do exactly that. We'll take a timeout here with 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Timeout, Wildcats. Your score remains Dragons nothing, Wildcats nothing. You're listening to the Wildcat Radio Network. Receiver.
What is Wiggins? What is? Oh, this is gonna be Donkey. This is Donkey.
4th and 7 for the Wildcat offense. Jacob Wiggins at receiver will motion behind. They will pitch it to him, and Jacob Wiggins will punt it.
And it drops the end.
It's going to roll and be a perfect punt down to the 6-yard line. How about you, Isaac Shelby, with a little game plan trickeration on a punt, no less.
Great punt by Jacob Wiggins.
Fantastic punt. And that is the advantage of having an athlete who's a punter who can go in at receiver. Collierville didn't expect a thing, was fully prepared for a 4th and 7 offensive play, but a perfect punt will pin the Dragons inside their own 10-yard line. Now we see the first action from Aiden Glover, the 6'3" Missouri commit for Collierville, wearing number 10 for the Dragons. His top target to the right side, Joakim Dobson. He will be covered by Camille Childs. Looks like they're going to bracket him with Cam Staley as well on the side. Run play up the middle. Weston Boyd is there to swallow him up.
Nice run fit there by the Cats.
Gain of about, we'll say 2. We'll bring up 2nd and 8. As you said, great job there by the defensive line for the Wildcats to hold him to only 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now for the Dragons. Glover catches the snap. He'll hand it off to number 3. And Donovan Bowles will get him, but not after about a 6-yard gain for the Dragons.
I think they're going to give him a first down there.
It's going to be just a little short, be about 3rd and 1 for the Dragons. John Hampton, the junior running back, with the carry there.
They gave him the first down.
They will give them the first down after changing that. It'll be 1st and 10. Aiden Glover has trips right. Looks like it's going to be a pass play for the Dragons after an audible. Glover tried to get the Wildcats off sides. Will audible into another play after checking his sideline. Glover will actually hand it off over to his running back off his left hip. Gain of about 3 will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Dragons. John Hampton, the man with the carry there again. Hampton remains at running back on the right hip of Glover.
They're looking to the sideline to get the play. They see the box is really light with only 5 players in it. So they check to a run each time.
Glover will take the shotgun snap. He'll hand it again to Hampton, and he'll get swallowed up in the middle. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 for the Wildcat defense. A stop here would be absolutely huge with Collierville deep in their own territory. going to run a duo set. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Hampton on Hayden's left hip. Glover will take the shotgun snap. Check that. He's going to check to his sideline again and audible. Looks like Glover's got the freedom to call whatever plays he wants in this offense.
He does.
Play clock at 6. Glover takes the snap, looks left, tries, looks right. He scrambles. He's not going to get caught. Weston Boyd dives for him, and he's got it. Weston Boyd with the diving effort to catch Glover. He might have gotten a yard. Looks like he only got back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll send out the Dragon punt unit. Huge stop on the first drive.
I tell you what, Knox, Peyton Langdon got some unbelievable pressure right up the middle right there, pushed the center end back into his quarterback, forced him to come out of the pocket, and there was Weston Boyd to clean it up.
That's exactly what we said pregame. If our defensive backs can step up and our defensive line can get home, we're going to have a good night here at Hilda J. Punt is blown dead. Maybe a pre-snap penalty? Or just nothing was set. Looks like no penalty, so they'll just set the ball right back down. Amari Galbraith, junior running back and linebacker, the deep man, to return. Clean snap, good punt. Will line drive and land at about the 47-yard line. Amari will peter that one away.
Knox, I can hear you right now from the last 4 seasons yelling Peter, Peter, Peter right there.
We used to do drills in practice where we would yell Peter and Shelby would run. Shocker. Shelby would run around and try to yell at us with a ball. So that's a drill we always used to do. 1st and 10 for the Wildcat offense will be set up at the 35-yard line. Jack Wyatt will be the man at quarterback behind this strong offensive line that has pushed the Cats to a 10-0 record. Lone receiver to the right is Mobley, and an overset with the tight end, Ben Moore. Correction, he will motion to the left side, so an even set here. James will motion. Give is to Galbraith, and he'll get about 6 yards after pushing the pile. Great push there by the Clarksville offensive line to make the way for Amari Galbraith, who did the rest. Youngs will come back in at quarterback.
That rotating quarterback has worked all year long. Talking with Isaac, he said he wanted one of them to separate or one of them to drop off. Neither one of them have, so it's worked.
Youngs will take the shotgun snap. Galbraith behind him. Stein will motion from a wing to an H-back. Galbraith takes the handoff, and he'll push the pile, but won't get far. Maybe a half a yard on that carry will bring up 3rd and 3 for the Wildcat offense. Coley Reynolds will come in at receiver. Jack Wyatt will come in at quarterback.
3rd and 4.
Interesting to see where the ball will go in this crucial 3rd down here at midfield. Reynolds, the lone receiver left. Correction, that is a stand-up receiver. Basically a tight end on the right side. Wyatt's going to drop back and pass, and he is pressured. He's going to just chuck it up, and what a avoided disaster of a play for the Wildcats. Jack Wyatt immediately pressured, threw it into the hands of a Collierville defender, and thankfully it harmlessly drops to the ground, and the punting unit will come out.
You can't do that. You got to get rid of the ball there. Jack took a really big rollout. Now more of a traditional set here for punting with Charlie Balthrop.
Yeah, a little more traditional of a punt here. Balthrop will line up 15 yards deep. Punt is away, and it's a shanker. It'll go to the sideline. It'll be spotted at only the Collierville 45. About a 10-yard punt from line of scrimmage to line of scrimmage. Not exactly what you want to see if you're a Wildcat fan, but the defense has stepped up, and we can see they will step up one more time.
That's right.
Collierville's offense will come back out after their first drive, getting a first down and then going 3 and out after that. Aiden Glover, the shotgun snap. Hampton, the running back, on his left hip. His top target, Dotson, on the left side. They'll throw a screen to Dotson, and Glover skip passes it. It'll hit the ground. It'll be an incomplete pass.
And that was to the boundary. That was just a very easy pass to make. Very uncharacteristic of Mr. Glover.
And you know, the Wildcats will take uncharacteristic mistakes from SEC quarterback commits any day of the week. Dotson, now the lone receiver to the left side. Glover with 3 receivers to his right. Hampton on his right hip. 2nd and 10. Crowd starting to get into it here a little bit. Help the Wildcat defense out. Jamarcus Watkins, the man covering Dotson
Got a light
on the left
box
side.
again. It's going to be a handoff.
Hampton finds a hole in the middle and explodes through one. He went 10 yards untouched before he was met by free safety Isaiah Soto. A gain of about 15 will bring up 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 40-yard line.
That light box, 5 men in it.
Clarksville trying to eliminate the throw game. Maybe a little too much here. Now getting eaten up a little bit in the run game. Glover will take the snap with 3 receivers to his right. Hampton the man again. Jack Stein misses a tackle in the backfield. Isaiah Soto will come up and help defensive lineman Connor Roach tackle Hampton on the right side. Gain of about 5, we'll say, will bring up 2nd and 5. Just a big hole there.
Coach Stanley, Taylor Stanley, the defensive coordinator for the Wildcats, is saying, we're not going to give you anything in the air. You're going to have to deserve it on the ground. So they're getting that light box, and they're taking advantage of it.
A little bit of a heavier box now. It's 6 in it for the Wildcats. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Glover back to pass. He's going to air it out. Left side, Corbin Reynolds in coverage. And he is incomplete. Receiver wanting a flag, but good coverage by Reynolds as he had him step for step. A baseball prospect, Vanderbilt commit for the spring season, and it's 3rd down for the Dragon offense.
Made a really good, Corbin stayed, got beat at the initial, but made it up with his speed. Really good play. Like you said, he's our SEC commit, just in a different sport.
Dragons will go with 2 receivers right, H-back left, and a lone receiver left. Glover with Hampton on his right hip, 3rd and 5. Hampton will take the handoff up the middle. He gets pushed. It doesn't look like he got there. He might have been short. The Wildcats push him back, and they're not gonna give it to him. It's gonna be 4th and about half of a football for the Dragons.
They're going fast.
Dragons making substitutions here. No substitutions on the Clarksville defense.
They're going heavy.
Bringing in an extra lineman and a tight end here for the Dragons. The lineman will line up in the backfield. It's going to be a smokestack formation. Mano-a-mano here on 4th and 1. Sideline warning will be administered to Clarksville. So that'll take a little bit of the air out of it. But it's going to be a straight trench war for this 1st down here on 4th and 1.
Low man wins.
Under center, Glover will take the snap, and we have another timeout. Don't know what the stoppage
Play
here
clock
is
is at
for.
40. On the stoppage, it should be 25, correct?
That is correct. Play clock malfunctioning a little bit here.
It looks like the 1st down is on the 30. Is that correct?
That is correct. Dragons currently at the 31-yard line. In the smokestack formation, Glover under center with 3 running backs behind him. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Hampton. And he didn't get there.
It's close.
It's going to be close. It depends on the
It is
spot.
short. It's short, Knox.
From the way they spotted, it looks like it's short. Galbraith with an amazing tackle to keep him close.
1st down, Wildcats.
It'll be a 1st down. Turnover on downs as the Clarksville defense comes in and stops some fantastic play from the Clarksville linebackers and defensive line. And we will see your Clarksville offense come in after a huge stop from the Wildcat defense.
So I'm not going to lie to you, Knox. I'm very surprised right now. I did not expect a defensive struggle 11 minutes into the game.
1 minute on the game clock here remaining in the first quarter. Youngs will come in with Galbraith behind him. Reynolds, the lone receiver, to the right. Moore will motion to the right side. Youngs gives the handoff to Galbraith. He's going to throw. Coley Reynolds is wide open. He's at the 40, and he's tackled at the 30-yard line. Coley Reynolds was wide open, and the Collierville DB bit here on the bottom side, and Coley Reynolds picks up a huge gain and will set the Wildcat offense up at the 30-yard line of the Dragons.
So that's spin pass.
That's spin pass.
That's James DeBen all year long. Amari to Coley there. That's great coaching, setting that up.
Put it on tape. Handoff is to Galbraith with flags. He got about 2 yards on the initial carry, but doesn't look like it'll stand. Illegal shift is the call. That'll back him up 5 yards and put him in 1st and 15. Now, I will say, the Wildcats have been completing that jet pass for about, 6 years. At some point, somebody's got to learn to not bite on that.
You can't bite, but it's either 1,000 cuts death or one big long pass.
Welcome to Isaac Shelby coaching, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and 15 with Youngs at quarterback. He'll give the handoff to Galbraith on 1st down, and he will get a solid gain of about 5 yards. Good push there by the offensive line.
It's probably going to be the last play of the first quarter.
Wildcats do not have to snap it if they do not choose to here. As you said, not expecting a defensive struggle, but a really good football game here unfolding between the Dragons and the Wildcats. Wildcats will elect not to snap it, and that'll run down the clock, and that'll be the end of the first quarter, and we'll take a break here on the Wildcat Radio Network. Your score, Cat 0, Dragons 0. Second quarter action here from Hilda J. Richardson as the Cats and the Dragons are deadlocked at 0. Wyatt, the quarterback, he'll hand off to Dalrymple on a jet motion. He's got a little bit of room. Dalrymple will get a solid gain up to about the 25-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Wildcat offense. Injured Dragon, it looks like, on the play. Cannot see a number. Nope, correction. That is number 21.
That's one of their captains. That's one of their
Eli
senior leaders.
Myers, senior linebacker, throws his helmet over here. Looks like he is in some distress, wishing all the best.
That's right.
For Eli Myers.
I think he might have a stinger or something. I don't want to.
Yeah. Looks like something upper body-wise. He's walking around decently fine. Teresa Sparn, our world-class athletic trainer. Looks like we had some dead ball personal fouls on both teams that will offset and not matter at the end of the day. I didn't see anything incredibly extracurricular, but I will say they have a closer up view than we do. Youngs will take a snap in empty. 2 receivers left is Anderson and Mobley. Lone receiver right is Ben Moore. They'll motion Anderson across the right side, fake the jet motion to him. Youngs is going to throw. Stein is open, and he sailed it just over the head of Jack Stein, who had a step on his defender, and that'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Wildcat offense.
Just missed him.
That's one of those moments in games like this where you're going to think about if he hit that pass. That moment, I guarantee you, is going to have an impact on the final score of today's game.
Now the Cats going for it on 4th down.
Jack Wyatt now in an empty formation again. He'll motion Anderson. Fake the jet motion. Wyatt fumbles the snap. He's going to try to look and throw, and he will be tackled in the backfield. Wyatt looks like he was going to drop back and throw, but had trouble with the snap. Fumbles it, tries to run to the right side, will end up losing yards, and it'll bring up a first down and a turnover on downs for the Wildcats.
That's where you just got to know the down and distance. It doesn't hurt if he just throws one up in the middle of the field right there. It doesn't hurt. You got to get rid of the ball.
Probably gain some yards if they intercept the ball.
That's right.
Regardless, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Collierville offense. Glover will be in an empty set, 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Interesting to see how the Cats will defend this.
This is most likely a tunnel screen.
Glover takes a shotgun snap. He's going to run it. A QB draw. He's got room on the right side. A flag. Looks like it's going to be holding, but he gets nowhere.
Nice tackle. Was that Isaiah Soto?
That would be Isaiah Soto on the right side making a great tackle on the quarterback. Gets about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 before any flags. Looks like there was holding on the left side.
He wanted to go left, and it collapsed immediately, so he took off right.
That is holding on the Dragons is the call. It'll bring up 1st and 20 now for the Dragons. And you're right, a fantastic job there by the defensive line of being aware and not rushing upfield. He had nowhere to go on that play. 1st and a short bus ride now for the Dragons.
And you notice Jamarcus Watkins is giving Dotson the star treatment. He's following him everywhere he goes.
As is usually the game plan with the Taylor Stanley defense when you place the top receiver, put your best corner wherever that man goes. Tried to screen it. Aiden Glover's going to throw it across the middle. Intercepted! Isaiah Soto's got it! He's at the 20 and he's got blockers! And he's tackled from behind! Isaiah Soto with a great interception! As you see on your replay screen, tried to get a fake funnel screen. Little bit overthrown, and Isaiah Soto makes a fantastic play on the ball. He'll get to the 15-yard line, and it's Wildcat ball inside the red zone.
Isaiah Soto, the reigning Montgomery County Defensive Player of the Year. That's his 6th interception on the season. He's just a ball hawk back there.
Somebody come get my man Isaiah Soto. And he's got the Wildcat offense set up inside the 20. Looks like they're going to spot it at about the 12. Man, the Wildcat defense just playing their hearts out. We got a smokestack now. Young's under center with 3 backs behind him. Give us to Galbraith. He'll run it up the middle. He's got a hole. He trucks the man at the 10. Get off me, says Amari Galbraith, and gets a couple extra yards, as you see on your replay here on the right side. Absolutely laying the boomstick on the defensive back. Gain of about 6. He'll bring up 2nd and 4.
This reminds me of the 1988 Dixon Cougars. I know that's way before your time, but they won the state championship out of our district back then.
Reminds me more of Beach. That's who I saw. Dalrymple finds a hole on the right side. He's still fighting. He'll get a couple extra yards and get the Cats up to about the 5-yard line, we'll call it. It'll be 3rd and about 2 for the Wildcat offense. Youngs will come back in at quarterback. Interesting to see if they stay in the smokestack here for the short yardage formation. I would imagine they would.
It's been working.
Smokestack again. Langan, Dalrymple, and Galbraith, your backs from front to back.
All 3 of them can run the ball.
Youngs take the snap under center. Give us to Langan in the middle. And it doesn't look like he's going to get there. Great job by the Collierville defense to collapse.
There's got to be a flag there.
And there we go. A personal foul on the Collierville defense as they slung Langan about at the 30 after tackling him at the 10. Definitely a personal foul. It'll be half the distance to the goal, and the Collierville defense will gift the Dragons a first down.
First down, Cats.
There looks like we got some extra laundry on the field now. Are they going to give him personal foul for running it all the way back to the end zone?
Well, it doesn't really help the Cats. It's another half the distance. But it may be an unsportsmanlike against that player, which, could be an ejectable offense.
Could
he does
be
it again.
ejectable. No call as of now. Collierville's head coach laying into our white hat here tonight.
Our officials are out of the metro region. Because as you know, Knox, your local officials always have to travel for this. You can't use local officials at a local game.
Very true. Still flags on the field and still some stuff to be talked about. I don't know what exactly is to be discussed here. There obviously is flags on Collierville for that slinging of Langen at the 30, which was ridiculous, to be just blunt. Referee's looking like he's balling up his fist in some form or fashion. I could not tell you.
I'll tell you what, Knox, their defensive line is doing a good job to disengage our offensive line. Our guys have got to stay tougher, lower, and stay engaged with them.
It is a battle in the trenches here in the first round of Hill to Jack.
Now he's coming over to talk to Coach Shelby.
Personal foul on the Collierville defense, as well as a delay of game on the Collierville defense.
So a net gain of about 1.5 yards.
Most importantly, as it might not have before, it gives the Wildcats a first down from the 2-yard line, they'll call it. It looks like the Cats will have it on the 1-yard line, actually. First and goal from the 1, Wyatt at quarterback.
Peyton Langdon here.
Peyton Langen the smokestack, and another stoppage. No timeout is called, just wanted to take some time. See if the Wildcats can punch it in here. Wyatt will take the snap under center. He'll give it to Galbraith, who punches in. Touchdown, Wildcats! Amari Galbraith from the smokestack gets a push from the offensive line, and he's in for 6.
The birthday boy with the touchdown. And on the replay, you can see
Amari could have gotten that touchdown for about the 4-yard line. Fantastic push and blocking from the linemen and the running backs in front of him.
it took a while, Knox, but finally we got a score on the board.
Young's the long snapper, Gamble the hoarder, Balthrop the kicker for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. We'll take a break here on the Wildcat Radio Network. The Wildcats are on the board in the first round. Your score, Cats 7, Dragons nothing. Balthrop will kick off here with 9:30 left in the second quarter, and it's a pooch kick. Kelvin Reynolds looking like, a absolute boomstick laid by, not Amari, Avari Galbraith. The freshman coming in and laying a hit on the top receiver for the Dragons. A pooch kick, almost looked like one of our receivers could have run under it and caught it. Coach. Shelby looks upset at Balthrop. That is not what he was supposed to do.
Very animated on the sidelines.
Probably, if I know Shelby, it probably was a message of, why did you kick it to number 4?
Yes.
Do not let him have the ball more than we need to.
But that's good coaching on Collierville's. They knew it was coming. They had their guys up.
They had him ready. Glover will come back in with Hampton on his left hip. Two receivers left, an H-back, and a receiver right. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of the Dragons.
Crowd's getting noisy, Knox.
Crowd starting to play a factor here. Hampton will take the handoff right side. He won't have much room to go. He'll get about 2 yards before Jack Stein swallows him up. The Wildcat defense's leading tackler this year.
Tell you what, the physicality of the Cats is on display right now.
It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Dragons. They'll send 2 receivers left, have an H-back right, and a lone receiver right. Hampton on his left hip. Glover will take the shotgun snap. Check that. He'll look over to the sideline for a play. Glover doesn't look like he can hear his sideline anymore as the defense
Play clock's running down.
aided. Glover drops back to pass after play action. Dotson is open, Jamarcus, and it's not a good throw. And oh my word, did he catch that? With Jamarcus Watkins in his face, Dotson pulls it down at about the 14-yard line. And we talked about it earlier. At one point, Dotson's going to get behind somebody.
You knew it was coming, and you called it. You said he's going to moss somebody, and he just did.
With not a great throw from Aiden Glover, a little behind, allowed Watkins to catch up. But for Dotson, it did not matter. A fantastic play by the junior wide receiver.
Now Watkins, you just got to forget about that and go play football.
Handoff to Hampton up the middle, and he has nowhere to go. Fantastic play from linebacker Jack Stein as he got through the backfield.
Filled the hole perfectly.
Gain of about a yard after some extra effort will bring up 2nd and 9 for the Dragons. Glover looking to the sideline. He'll have 2 receivers left and an H and receiver right. Clarksville Wildcat defense has stepped up all night. Let's see if they can step up here now in the red zone. H-back will motion left, making it a trip set left. Hampton will take the handoff left side, finds a hole, and he's going to get swallowed up by Isaiah Soto after a pretty solid gain. He'll get down to about the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Dragon offense. Defensive line for the Cats making some substitutions. Glover looks to the sideline for the play. Hampton on his left hip, 2 receivers left. Hampton motions over to his right. Glover tries to draw the Cats offside. Only 8 on the play clock, and it looks like they're going to take a timeout. Little miscommunication there for the Collierville offense. Didn't look like Glover knew how much time was on the play clock. We'll take a quick break after that timeout here on the Clarksville Wildcat Radio Network. Your score, Wildcat 7, Dragons 0.
Last time they had short yardage, they went to that Maryland Eye smokestack, and we stopped them. Here they're going to spread it out.
2 receivers left, 1 receiver right with an H-back on the right side. Hampton on Glover's right hip. 3rd and 2 for the Dragon offense. Huge play here in this playoff game. Motion is to the right side. Hampton takes the handoff up the middle. He's fighting.
It's close.
It's going to be real close. He's pushed backwards. He didn't get an extension there.
It's a pretty good spot, though.
From the spot, it looks like he will have the first down from where the referee is standing, but they have not moved the chains yet. And we're going to have another 4th and very short situation here. Basically identical to the situation they were in. Again, 4th and about a third of a football, maybe?
Hey, those 3 down linemen and 2 linebackers in that 5-man box are playing really, really tough football right now.
4th in mere inches. Glover will take the shotgun snap, and there's only 4 on the play clock, and they're going to have to take another timeout.
Is that all their timeouts? They got 1 left.
They have 1 left, 2 timeouts taken here in the middle of the second quarter for Collierville. Not exactly what you want to see if you're a Dragon fan on offense.
So in the second quarter over across town, Bartlett's leading Rossview 14-7.
Close game over there.
Down in Memphis, Germantown is leading West Creek 28-0 at the end of first quarter.
And that is, and ladies and gentlemen, do not let that score fool you. That is not a reflection on West Creek. That is a reflection on how good the Red Devils from Germantown are.
They are a legitimate state championship contender.
I would not be surprised if they were left standing at the end. 4th and 1, and it's not even 1. It's about, like I said, about a half of a football for the Dragon offense to get.
I don't like shotgun snaps with a foot to go. Get under center, fall forward. We call it the wedge. The new thing is the tush push, brotherly shove, whatever.
Glover will take the snap from the shotgun. Hampton on his left hip, 2 receivers right. Motion his receiver left, it's a jet handoff. No, it's a fake, and he stopped in the backfield. Did he get there? Galbraith wrapped his legs, and it looks like the extension might have gotten him the first down.
They're going to give it to him.
A fantastic play by Aiden Glover. Just shows off his athleticism. He was stopped in the backfield and somehow got out of Galbraith's leg tackle and extended the ball for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4-yard line for the Dragons. Another example of how the Dragons on offense are just going to make plays.
That's right.
Their pure athleticism is going to give them a couple yards. Glover with Hampton to his right and 3 to his left and 3 receivers right. Hampton gets a handoff on the left side. He's got room and he's in. Touchdown Dragons, and he was untouched on the left side.
They ran a run blitz there in the A gap, and he jumped it out to C and walked in.
Wildcat defense taking a little bit of a gamble there, but a smart one with only 3 yards to go to the end zone. Pending the extra point, the Dragons from Collierville will tie up this ball game. Snap, set, kick is up, kick is good. And the Dragons have tied up this ball game with 5:55 to play in the second quarter. We'll take a break. Your score, Cat 7, Dragons 7. Now the Clarksville kickoff return team will come out. Try to bring some energy back into the building, who's a little deflated after that Collierville touchdown. 7-7 your ball game score, 5:55 here to go in the second quarter. Jamarcus Watkins, the deep man, to return for the Cats.
And he's booted it deep to him.
So Watkins will take it at about the 4-yard line. He'll try to get it up the hole, and he will run into his own man and stay up a little bit. He's going to fight for a couple of extra yards after running into some Dragons and get it up to about the 27-yard line. So 2 extra yards for Jamarcus Watkins, and flags fly. A little extracurricular from Jamarcus, it looks like. I don't know what exactly he did, but a personal foul will be assessed, one way or the other.
At least one of them will. It may be offsetting.
Personal foul on the Cats. We'll back them up about 15 yards. So that return from Jamarcus Watkins will be for naught. Looks like they're going to do it from the spot.
So that is a half the distance to the goal.
It'll be half the distance from the spot, which will put the Wildcats, wait till they spot it, I'm not a math major, at the 13-yard line.
It's a 17-yard penalty. Oh well.
From the spot of the foul to some weird things. 1st and 10 for the Wildcat offense. It's the most important part of that sentence.
Yes.
Ben Moore, Donovan Bowles, the double tight end set to your right side. The give is to Dalrymple on the right side. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to make a couple Dragons miss and be dragged down by senior linebacker, number 21, Eli Myers. Good to see him back in the game after exiting earlier with an injury.
Good first down gain there.
Gets about 4 yards to bring up 2nd and 6. They'll bring in Jack Wyatt. And we'll also bring in a receiver to make it a 1-receiver set.
There's play clock issues going on. I don't know. It's at 0. They haven't reset it. Here we go.
So now Jack Wyatt back in at quarterback. Galbraith, the running back behind him. Peyton Langen coming in as extra quarterback. And we are going back to the Maryland Eye smokestack. Langen, Dalrymple, and Galbraith, your backs from front to back. Handoff is to Galbraith. He can't find much room, and he's dragged back. The extra effort he gave might have lost him some yards. Looks like he might have been face masked.
No call, though.
But no call. Loss of 1 will bring up 3rd and 7 for the Wildcat offense. Youngs will come back in at quarterback. Looks like they're going to stay in the smokestack personnel. Maybe not formation. Bowles and Moore, your 2 tight ends on the left and right side. Back in the Maryland Eye smokestack. Youngs under center will take the snack. He's going to draw back to pass. Everyone's covered, and Youngs is going to run it to the left side, and he's taken from behind after about a 2-yard gain.
It looked like he had room to the outside, but he cut it back in where everybody was at.
Smart play by Youngs.
Looks like he may be injured.
Oh, no. No, it looks like he's back up, but he's limping a little bit as the long snapper. Smart play by, and he's going to go down. Youngs aggravated his ankle last week in the game versus Northeast. Hoping to make sure the quarterback doesn't have any nagging injuries here. That would be a huge loss here in the first round of the playoffs. We'll take a quick break and hope Youngs is all right when we come back. Your score, Dragons 7, Wildcat 7. You're listening to the Wildcat Radio Network.
Yep.
We're back here on the Wildcat Radio Network. Youngs walks off the field of his own power. Doesn't seem too shaken up, but praying we're all good here. Hoping he can come back on the next drive. Balthrop will punt it away to the deep man. Most likely will not be punting to Dotson, the star receiver for the Dragons. Balthrop takes the snap.
Nice snap.
Good snap, and he will boot it away. Dotson will receive it at the 50, and this is dangerous. He's going to take it up the sideline and get shoved out of bounds by Donovan Bowles, and the Dragons will be set up in fantastic field position inside their own 30-yard line. Scratch that, at the Wildcats' 30-yard line, excuse me. And we will see Aiden Glover come back in and try to lead 2 consecutive touchdown drives. Youngs waving at his parents from the stands saying he's all good, so it looks like we will see Youngs back in the game. 2 receivers left. Hampton on Glover's left hip. Handoff is to Hampton right side. He's got a little bit of running room, and it's swallowed up very quickly by Jack Stein, a leading tackler on this Wildcat defense, as I had mentioned before.
He flows so smoothly, sideline to sideline. Just your prototypical middle linebacker.
He's learned a lot from great linebackers ahead of him like Chris Bagattini, Jamar Carnell, and McLean Conway. Shout out my guys. Gain of 2 will bring up 2nd and 8 for the Dragon offense. Glover will take the shotgun snap with Hampton to his left hip. He's going to drop back to pass. Look for Dotson on a post, and hits a bad throw. Oh, and it went right through the hands of safety Isaiah Soto. Oh, that was a gift from God, and Soto could not take advantage of the throw. An incompletion nonetheless, and it'll be 3rd and 8. Another one of those moments in a close game like this where you're going to look back and think, man, what if we had had that play?
That's right.
Another comment, Glover has not thrown incredible balls tonight. The Missouri quarterback commit looking a little shaken up by the Wildcat defense. He's going to drop back to pass again, flush to his left, looking, surveys, flush back to his right. He's spinning around. Galbraith chasing, pulls him by his horse collar, does not get the call. Glover dives and will be short by a pretty large margin of about 3 yards of the first down.
But it's definitely playable. It's 4th and 3. They're going to go for it.
Fantastic coverage by the Wildcat defensive backfield to make Glover run around in the pocket, and it looks like the kicking unit will come out for a field goal here. This will be a pretty long field goal.
41-yarder?
Holder will hold it from the 31, so it will be a 41-yard field goal. Wildcat defense prepared to rush it. 5 on the play clock. Snap, set, kick, hold. Kick is up. Kick is wide left. The Wildcat defense with another huge stop, and the offense will take over at the 24-yard line of their own Wildcat territory. Whew, I thought the wind was going to catch that one, but thankfully it did not. Stays wide left, and the offense will come back out with about 2:55 to go here in the first half.
So for those at home that don't know the rules compared to college and pros, when you miss a field goal, it goes to the 20. It does not go to where the spot was at.
As someone who didn't know that, that's kind of shocking. Wyatt hands it off to Galbraith. He finds a little hole. He's going to get about 5 yards. Youngs will come back in at quarterback. Good to see him healthy and upright. Moore and Mobley, the 2 receivers right. Galbraith, you're back. Collierville not really covering the on receiver because he is not eligible. Handoff is to Galbraith off the left side, and he will go nowhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 3.
Yes, he will get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Wildcat offense. Maybe got a half a yard on that play, but that'll bring back in Jack Wyatt.
We'll call it 3rd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
3rd and 3 for the Wildcat offense here.
Collierville's only got that one timeout left, so first down right here will be huge.
Wyatt will take the snap. Wildcat shifting to a different offense. Wyatt will keep it, and he's got a hole. He's got room at the 40, and he's taken down.
Nice play.
Fantastic play. Not something, and hold everything. There's a flag, and it's going to be called back. Holding on the Wildcat offense. Did not specify a number, but that play will be wiped out, and will we do 3rd down all over again from the same spot.
That's a drive killer right there.
In games like this, when you're playing insanely athletic teams, you cannot beat yourself. We've talked about it. I'm sure Shelby has preached it to them all the time, especially in the system you play where your system is designed around staying ahead of the chains. You can't have penalties like that.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Wildcat offense in a 3rd and long situation. Moore and Mobley, the receivers to your right side. Stein, your wing on your right. Dallard with the wing on the left, and we'll have a stoppage. I don't even know what he just
He
called.
just called offsides on the Cats. That was the signal.
Offsides on the offense is the call.
That was the signal. I don't know if that was
Maybe I have no
sideline
idea.
penalty is what they're called.
Sideline penalty. That'll back it up even more. 3rd and 15. Handoff is to Dalrymple behind. He's got some room. He's behind Leighton Devon,
First
and
down,
he got the first down. Dalrymple with the fantastic carry on 3rd and 15 brings life back into Hilda J. As you see on the replay here, fantastic blocking.
Buck.
Buck.
That's the play call. Buck.
Tried and true. Isaac Shelby play call there. Gets Dalrymple some room, and he gets enough yards for a first down at the 32-yard line. Handoff. No, QB keeper from Jack Wyatt. Had Dalrymple on the pitch, but decided to keep it. Gets about a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. Only 1:14 on the game clock here. Time is of the issue here in the second quarter.
And as you remember, Collierville gets the ball first to start the second half.
In a game like this where possessions are precious, that is a huge, huge advantage. Youngs will take the shotgun snap. Pitches it to Dalrymple, who's got a little bit of room on the right side, and he'll step out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. It will stop the clock. Looks like the spot might have given him the first down.
It's first down, Cats.
And it will. It'll move the chains. It'll be a 1st and 10. Smart play there by James Dalrymple to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Looks like they're going to put some more time on the clock. They did it 52 seconds.
52 seconds back on the game clock. Reynolds and Moore, your 2 receivers right. Dalrymple and Stein, your wings. Jack Wyatt, your quarterback. Reynolds will step on the ball. Give us to Dalrymple. He's going to throw. He's got nowhere to go, and he's just going to run it. Dalrymple will get up to about the 46-yard line.
They've seen that before. They had a little bit more double cover going down the field. They weren't going to fall for that.
And that'll be a time. That'll take a timeout for Clarksville. Collierville seen that play before and has been torched on it before. So good play by the Collierville defense to stay home. We'll take a short break here on the Clarksville Wildcat Radio Network with 41.7 seconds to go here in the first half. Your score: Wildcats 7, Dragons 7.
Let's go.
2nd and 7 here for the Wildcat offense with 41 seconds to play. No timeouts. Time is of the essence. Double tight end set for the Cats. Young's the quarterback. Reverse give us to Stein. Looks like he's got a little bit of room, and he'll get a first down. That'll stop the clock here. With 35 seconds left, Wildcats have to hurry up and get a play going. Wyatt will come back in at quarterback.
Ben Moore has to
Ben
come
Moore
back because
needs
his
a
helmet's
sub. His helmet is messed up. That'll be Coley Reynolds to come in at receiver. Wyatt the quarterback. Galbraith the main man. Reynolds the stand-up receiver on the right side. Wyatt's going to go draw back to pass. He's pressured. He's going to throw it up, and that is going to be pass interference. An interception from number 6, John Clay Durley, the senior linebacker, but he got there just a hair early, and that'll be pass interference. That'll be yards for the Wildcat offense.
That might put him in field goal range.
15 yards is the call, and that'll get the Wildcat offense set up maybe near Charlie Balthup's range. Now, I will say the penalty was called, but I don't know how much I agree with that. He timed that up almost perfectly, maybe a little early, but I'm always on the side of letting them play, but I'm also always on the side of letting the Wildcats get a first down.
It looks like Ben Moore's helmet's having issues, so now he's out, and Jack White has gone in as a receiver.
Play is stopped before the snap. Another false start on the Wildcats, and penalty, and a little bit of extracurricular from Amari Galbraith. Looks like it's going to back the Wildcats up even more. Penalties here in the first half have killed some Wildcat drives. Amari took the handoff, maybe got a little bit of extracurricular and responded. Don't know who they will call this on. First, they will call the false start on the Wildcat offense. They will call a personal foul on the defense of Collierville, which will get the Wildcats 10 yards and get them even closer in field goal range with only 13 seconds here.
The false start called against the Wildcat.
If you run a play here as the Wildcat offense, you're going to have to spike it very quickly after this play. Looks like the chains is not near where the ball is.
Nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it. The first down marker is currently at the 34, and the Wildcats are spotted at about the 24-yard line.
Tell you what, Knox, it's becoming a little chippy out there.
It has been a smash-mouth game of football on both ends, and I don't think either team very much likes each other at the point. There will not be very many nice post-game handshakes, I'll say that. 1st and 10 with 15 seconds on the game clock. Youngs take the snap. He'll hand it to Langan up the middle. He's going to get close forward for a new gain, and that might stop the clock. Did he get the first down?
They're going to have to spike it.
8 seconds left. And
what are they doing?
What is going on?
What is going on?
They had a timeout.
We're gonna get a field goal.
We did not know they had a timeout. So Clarksville takes a timeout with 2 seconds left and will send out Charlie Balthrop. I was personally freaking out because I had no idea they had an extra timeout. But they will take it with 2 seconds left, and Charlie Balthrop with a huge kick coming up here. Huge. In a game like this, a 7-7 defensive battle that not many people expected.
Not at all. And what they did there, giving it to Peyton, just lining it up in the middle of the field, getting it ready for about a 32-yard field goal.
Balthrop will be the man. Snapper is Youngs, holder is Gamble. Balthrop with the golden leg that can put the Cats up by 3 heading into halftime. Officially, it will be a 30-yard field goal as Gamble, the holder, will set up from the 20.
This will be the last play of the first half.
Snap, set, kick is up, kick is good! And Balthrop puts the Cats up heading into halftime. And we'll take a break here on the Wildcat Radio Network. Your score, Cats 10, Dragons 7.
seniors, Jenna Gonzalez, Bree Nelson, and Audrey Phillips. The juniors, Adeline Pollock, Tessa Streeter, and Claire Wallace. The sophomores, Emily Adams, Hadley Hagewood, Ella Nelson, Danica Parra, Avery Russell, Claire Sanders, McKenna Strong, and Juliana Vaughn. And the freshman, Presley Irwin. The Clarksville High School dance team are coached by Amanda Daniel and Tanya Streeter. The dance team.
That sounded good.
Darnell Construction, a member of the Clarksville Home Builders Association. Drake's Restaurant, come play. Ryan Hardy, Realtor with Byers and Hardy. Property Management, Real Estate, Association Management. Mitchell Glass Company, commercial storefronts, shower doors, windows, and mirrors. Jennifer Moore, Realtor, experienced listing agent, home staging professional. Real Life Sango, keep it real, keep it Jesus. Face Fabulous Medical Spa, skin rejuvenation for the beautiful, fabulous you. Please support the Wildcat Touchdown Clip's generous sponsors. Darnell Construction, a member of the Clarksville Home Builders Association. Drake's Restaurant, come play. Ryan Hardy, Realtor with Byers and Hardy. Property Management, Real Estate, Association Management. Mitchell Glass Company, commercial storefronts, shower doors, windows, and mirrors. Jennifer Moore, Realtor, experienced listing agent, home staging professional. Real Life Sango, keep it real, keep it Jesus. Face Fabulous Medical Spa, skin rejuvenation for the beautiful, fabulous you.
To the Wildcat Radio Network here at Clarksville High School in Hilda J. Richardson Field. Before we dive into the first half and break it down a little bit, let's talk about some scores from the area. All 6A scores: Maryville defeats Science Hill 42-16. Oakland currently leading Gallatin 17-3 at halftime. Mount Juliet up on Rockvale 14-7. Cane Ridge and Brentwood tied at 7 at the half. Riverdale leads Green Hill 33-13 at the halftime. Some scores within the region. Houston leads Dixon County 35-0 at the half. That is of interest to this game, as the winner will get the winner of this game next week. Germantown currently leads West Creek 34-0 at the half. And also at the half, Bartlett leads Rossview 27-7.
Knox, what you mentioned there, the big upset that we're watching from across the state is a 2-8 Cane Ridge team, who we're very familiar with. Beat them 2 years ago in the first round. They beat us last year in the second round, which the region realignments. Now they're lined up with the Williamson County teams, and they are tied at halftime 7-7 with 10-0, third ranked in the state Brentwood Bruins.
Oh, that is an upset and a half, I will tell you. That is ridiculous. That Cane Ridge team will play and travel. We have noticed that and played them several times. So let's talk a little bit about the first half here. A little bit of a defensive struggle, which wasn't really expected here in this first round matchup at Hilda J. Richardson. Things I like and things I didn't like. We'll always start with the positive. We'll start with things I like. The defensive backfield for the Wildcats has limited Aiden Glover's 6'3" Missouri commit QB to get probably under 100 yards passing, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely under 100 yards passing.
A fantastic job by the Wildcat defensive backfield and defensive line for pressure. The quarterback, quite honestly, hasn't looked great tonight.
He has not. And I tell you what else is that front five, the 3 linemen for the Cats and their 2 linebackers that aren't in coverage, Jack Stein and Ben Moore, have done a really good job of limiting their running back. They wanted to come in and throw the ball. They got the light box, and they have only given up 7 points in the first half with that light box.
Offensively, we'll talk about some things for the Cats. Good trench battle here between the Collierville Dragons. Just fun to watch, honestly, between a really good unit of defensive line for the Dragons and a really good unit for the offensive line for the Wildcats. My key to the second half, own your territory. Clarksville Wildcats have owned the trenches, and that is how they've won playoff games 4 years in a row. If the Wildcats want to come out on top of this one in the second half, they have to own the trenches on both sides of the ball.
We just got a message that Amari will be now wearing number 14 due to number 2 being ripped. So
shout out to Andrew Forsyth, who was wearing the jersey before and will now be in street clothes on the sideline. Takes a very, very strong man committed to the team to give up his jersey for another player.
But, you know, the offense led by James Dalrymple and Amari Galbraith in that first half, like they've led it all year long. Really hard, tough running behind that huge offensive line, and going on a lot of double tight end sets with Donovan Moles and Ben Moore.
Interesting to see the transition Donovan Bowles has made from a defensive lineman now to a tight end. Another thing I will say, there are a couple plays you look at where this game could be blown a little wide open. Isaiah Soto with a dropped interception in the end zone. Jack Stein with a wide open seams opposite pass, little over his head. Just a couple plays where if you think back on it, this could be a 2, maybe 3-score game.
It could be, but I tell you what, it's been a very sloppy first half. Lots of penalties. The teams have been chippy with each other. The personal foul on Peyton Langdon down there at the goal line where we scored the next play. They could have easily called a personal foul on the young man that ran the ball all the way back on a delay of game there.
Interesting to see how this second half will play out. Regardless, it is just a fantastic football game to watch here at Hilda J. Richardson. One that looks like the way it's going may go down in the history books.
Got 24 minutes left.
Clarksville's kickoff team will take the field, headed by Charlie Balthrop. Collierville will take possession here to start off the second half, down 3 to the Wildcats. Another thing here that has affected the game, this crowd has been electric tonight. Clarksville has showed out and showed up.
So at halftime, I talked to the play clock ref. He was standing down there by the entrance to the press box, and he said he can't hear anything. He said the refs on the field can't hear their own whistles. It's so loud, which is a testament to the crowd that the Clarksville High's brought tonight.
Shout out to all of the Clarksville fans and the Clarksville Crazy student section down to the bottom left here. That is making, most likely, the most noise down there. And we're set to kick off the second half. Balthrop approaches it, and we're underway here for the next 24 minutes of action. One team stays, one team goes home. He has some room up at the 25, and he's swallowed up there by Donovan Bowles.
Donovan closed on that really quickly.
A athletic defensive lineman and tight end will make the tackle at about the 28-yard line, and senior Aiden Glover will come out and lead his Dragon offense. That return was wide number 29, Emmanuel Palmer, a sophomore wide receiver. Just give him a little shout out there. Collierville will come out in a trips right set. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Hampton the back to his left hip. 5 in the box for the Cats. Handoff is to Hampton. He goes to the left side, finds a little bit of a hole. Did the ball come? No, the ball did not come out. Looks like it was tugged on a little bit, but good play by Hampton to keep it. Gain of about 3 will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Dragon offense. Good push there by both sides of the offensive and defensive line. Glover take the shotgun snap, trips right, 1 receiver left. Hampton to his left hip. Glover takes the shotgun snap, it's another handoff to the right side for Hampton. He's got a little bit of a hole. Oh, and the ball came out! The ball came out! Isaiah Soto tackles him. They're not going to call him down. It's Wildcat football!
Wildcat football!
A fantastic play by senior Isaiah Soto, forcing his 2nd turnover of the night. Put his shoulder right on the ball, popped it out, and Jamarcus Watkins, the sophomore receiver, will recover it.
Great play by Isaiah there.
Fantastic play by Isaiah. And that'll be a bomb to start off the second half. With 11:10 to play in the third quarter, your Wildcats will have the football at the 44-yard line. Wow. Back to the smokestack. White at quarterback, Langen, Ripple, and Galbraith, your backs. Galbraith will bounce it to the right side, nowhere to go. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and no further. Flags on the play, though. Don't imagine there was holding there. Do not know.
Do they have a face mask on Amari there?
There's a Collierville player a little shaken up.
Face mask.
Face mask on the defense. And that'll get 15 extra yards to the Wildcats and set them up deep in Dragon territory. Some costly mistakes here early in the second half by the Dragons. Let's see if the Wildcats can capitalize. Trey Youngs, the junior quarterback, will come in. Double tight end set. Bowles to the left. Ben Moore to the left. Langan your back. The give is to Langan up the middle. Finds a hole. He'll squeak through. And he gets 10 yards.
Nice.
Tough running, tearing Dragons down. And they will not get the first down, but it's about a 9.5-yard gain. Will bring up second and very short for the Wildcat offense.
Second half a yard. That's a good down and distance if you're on offense.
Wildcats will go back to the smokestack. This time Dalrymple, the back. Not much of a better way to say that. Langan, Galbraith, and Dalrymple, your backs. The give is to Dalrymple up the middle. He's going to get the first down and a little more.
I think the appropriate term is that he dots the I.
Dots the I.
You can see Trey Young's noticeably limping.
Youngs will come back in at quarterback after a first down gain. That will set up the Wildcats at about the 14-yard line. Young's under center in the smokestack, Maryland I. Give is to Langan. No, Youngs is going to keep it, and he's drugged down from behind for a loss of about 1.
Should have pitched it. Amari Galbraith no one had him on the pitch man, and
should have pitched it there. Youngs probably felt the man on his back, trying to keep the ball a little bit there. Second and we'll call it 11 for the Wildcat offense. Wyatt back in at quarterback. Wildcats will go back into their double wing set. 2 tight ends. Dalrymple the motion. The give is to Dalrymple. He's got a little bit of room on the outside. He tries to make a man miss and will not get the outside, but will get about an 8-yard gain.
Nice
and will
game.
bring up third and very manageable. We'll call it 4.
I think this is 4-down territory for the Cats. So this is Isaac's got 2 plays right here that he's got in his pocket.
The Wildcats have shown over the years they are never afraid to go for it on 4th down. Young's under center. 2 tight end set. Fumbles the snap. A pile on it. It looks like Clarksville recovered it. So the ball will stay with the Cats, and after that, they will send out the field goal unit. I will tell you what, I am not mad at this field goal call at all. In a game where points are at a premium in this defensive slugfest, get the points on the board. Obviously, that is all dependent on the kick from Charlie Bell.
Correct.
Young's the snapper, Gamble the holder, Balthrop with the golden kick. Snap, set, kick, hold, kick is up, kick is good! Another field goal from Charlie Balthrop puts the Cats up 6. And now your new score, Clarksville 13, Collierville 7. We'll take a short timeout here on the Wildcat Radio Network. Cats. Back here on the Wildcat Radio Network, Balthrop, after sinking about a 28-yard field goal, will head up to the kickoff.
They got 6 man up on the front line. They're expecting something a little tricky here, I believe.
No one back deep for the Dragons. The Wildcats in a smudge kickoff formation, maybe an onside here. With them this condensed, they will spread out and Balthrop will pooch it to the left side.
That guy called fair catch. Number 8 did.
Number 29 calls. He didn't think he called
Number
fair
8
catch.
called fair catch.
They got it confused.
But anybody that calls fair catch is immediately a dead ball.
29 caught the ball and expected to return it.
But the
Demikiah Gregory is the man who called fair catch, number 8.
He did.
For the Dragons. Number 29, Emmanuel Palmer, the man who got the ball, expected to be able to return it. It looks like the referee decides he has messed up, and we are going to re-kick this football.
I saw the fair catch, and so did the ref, so I don't understand this call.
Maybe he's saying that
They're calling a penalty on the Cats. Don't agree with that.
that is...
This
What-
is a
what-
backyard do-over, Knox, is what this is.
What penalty would they have assessed?
They call it illegal motion.
They looked like they were all moving within their rights to move. Regardless, we will kick off from the 35-yard line. A do-over for the Dragons, as you said. Balthrop will kick it deep this time. Number 29, Emmanuel Palmer will return it. He's at the 20. He's got a little bit of room on the left side. He's going to cut it up the middle. He's got blockers on the left side. Palmer on the left, and he's tackled by Isaiah Soto at the 45-yard line. Great tackle there to trip him
Nice.
up by the ankles by Isaiah Soto. But a good return for the Dragons will have them in favorable field position to start their second drive of the second half. Before this drive gets started, we can talk about, after a field goal going up 6, a stop here to get the ball back to your offense would be ginormous. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left for Glover. Hampton, the running back, on his right hip. Give us to Glover up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to meet Corbin Reynolds, who misses a tackle. He's going to truck Dawson Smith on the left side and fight for extra yardage. Collierville is waiting for a flag personal foul. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of it.
That's a very tough run by the running back.
Great run. Gets about 20 yards for the Dragons. No flag comes of that. Collierville sideline in a fury. Regardless, it'll be a first down for the Dragons. Correction, there is a personal foul. They're going to call it on the Wildcats. They're going to call a late hit out of bounds. That'll add 15 yards to the 20-yard rush, and the Dragons are right back in business just like that. If you'll see on the defensive side, they'll have Amari Galbraith at corner now. With their top receiver lining up in the slot, they have Jamarcus on the 3 receiver. Connor will take the snap. It's a give to Hampton on the right side. He's got more room. Hampton absolutely dicing up this Wildcat defense now. He gets up for a pretty solid gain of about, let's call it 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Dragon
I think we'll give him a
offense.
first down.
The spot might have given him the first. He says move the chains. Yes, it'll be a first down for the Dragons deep in Wildcat territory.
2 plays, 45 yards, and they're knocking on the door.
Correction, they do not move the sticks. It'll be 2nd and extremely short. Ref changed his mind on the first down. Hampton to Glover's left hip, motion across. It's a jet sweep to Dodson, and he's got nothing but room. He's going to turn the corner and get to the end zone. A defensive misalignment there for the Wildcats. And Dodson basically kind of shuffles into the end zone. Didn't look like he was full sprinting, but they're going to call it back. It's a holding on the offense, and that'll back the Dragons up for about 2nd and 10. I believe they called the hold. No, they're going to. Why are they moving the chains? It was 2nd.
I think they called a holding on the guy on the end line.
On the end line.
So it's 10 yards from that spot. He
So
didn't
they'll-
need a holding. He just did.
They'll assess it from the spot. Looks like they're going to call we're holding on that far side receiver. As you said, he did not need to hold him. Dodson probably could have walked in. But the score will come off the board, and then it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragon offense at about the 12-yard line. Give us to Hampton up the middle. He's got nowhere to go. Fantastic play by Jack Stein as he comes through the hole and blasts Hampton after a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 now for the Dragon offense. If the Cats can hold them to just a field goal, it would be a huge advantage here,
Yes, it would.
middle of the 3rd quarter.
Cats fans are getting loud.
Motions to an H-back left side. Handoff is to Hampton to the left side, and he's got nowhere to go. Dawson Smith with the cast on his arm comes in and tackles him. As you see on the replay here, Dawson Smith from the middle linebacker spot comes up and makes a fantastic play, resulting in a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Collierville offense. Expecting a pass here. He'll have 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right on the far side. Ball's on the left hash. Hampton to his left hip. 3rd and 9 for senior quarterback Aiden Glover. Takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass, looks right, looks left. He's flushed left, looking, flushes right. No one around him. Glover's going to make a throw to the end zone. No one home. Another errant throw from Aiden Glover sails over the head of his top target, Joakim Dodson. It looks like an injured Wildcat is down on the field here.
I can't get a number. Can you get a number, Knox?
I do not see a number. It looks like it might be Peyton Langen. Hoping he is all right here. We'll take a timeout here on the Wildcat Radio Network. Your score, Wildcats 13, Collierville 7. Peyton Langen, the injured Wildcat on that play, will come off of his own accord. Really, really good to see Langen okay here. The Dragons will send out their field goal unit to match Charlie Balthrop's field goal just a minute ago. The holder will sit down at the 17-yard line, making it a 27-yard field goal from the left hash straight across for the Dragon kicker. Snap, set, hold, kick is up, kick is good. A good kick there from the Collierville offense, but a step up from the the Clarksville defense to hold them to only 3 there after that long drive.
What a killer penalty on the wide receiver there. A hold, an unnecessary hold, took 4 points off the board. Cats stood strong. They bit, but they did not break.
If he does not hold him, it's a 14-7 ball game. So huge 4-point swing there for the Clarksville defense as they are set to return another kickoff. 5:24 left in the third quarter here at Hilda J. Richardson Field. We will set the record for most likely the longest game this season, as most of our games have been running clock. Collierville set to kick it off here with 5:24. DeMarcus Watkins, the deep man. Fans upset with something. And
missing a player.
Missing a player.
It's probably Peyton's spot.
Makes sense. Dalrymple will come in to substitute for Peyton Langen.
Not a bad substitute there.
Not at all. Dragons will kick it off. It's a little bit of a pooch punt, and it's going to be to Keaton Anderson. Anderson will take it at the 30, and he'll be swallowed up by Dragons. A little bit of extra shoving there by Connor Roach.
Cats start with good field position here.
He'll be spotted at about the 34-yard line. Scratch that, it'll be the 33. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcat offense, looking to hopefully score and eat some clock. Jack Wyatt will be the man at quarterback for the first play here. They'll come out in a 2 tight end set with Bowles and Moore.
A lot of 2 tight tonight. This is the most Bowles played all year long.
Stein and Dalrymple are your wings. If they're playing 2 tight end, they must have saw something on film that they thought they could take advantage of. Langen back in at running back now. The give is to Langen up the middle, dragging Dragons. He'll get about a 4-yard gain. A fantastic play there by Peyton Langen, was tackled at the line of scrimmage and just pushed forward for about a 4-yard gain.
Such a load. He is a load in there.
2nd and 6 now for the Wildcat offense. Young's now in at quarterback.
For those that have been around, it reminds me a lot of the bus, Jerome Bettis, the way he runs the ball.
Handoff is to Amari Galbraith on the motion. He's got some room, and he's going to truck a man at the 45 and get the first down. Fantastic play by Amari Galbraith here off of the jet motion, as you see on the replay on your screen.
Amari plays with such emotion, too.
And a fantastic block, as you see, by Ben Moore to seal the edge and get Galbraith open and free. Wyatt now in the smokestack formation. Langen, Dalrymple, and Galbraith, your backs from front to back. Hand is to Galbraith, and he'll get about 3 yards here from a good push from the offensive line to bring up 2nd and 7 at the 50. 4:11 left here in the third quarter. Youngs will come back in at quarterback. Now in the smokestack again with Dalrymple dotting the I in the Maryland I formation. Langen, Galbraith, Dalrymple is your order. Your 2 tight ends, Bowles and Moore. Youngs will take the snap. It's a pitch to Dalrymple. He'll go to the right side, try to find a hole. He'll get a little bit of room, probably get about 2 yards on that rush before he is swallowed up by, what do you call a group of dragons?
That's a great question.
I've never seen a group of dragons personally, so I've never had to worry about this, but this might be the first time in my career. 3rd and 5 here for the Wildcats. Very manageable. Jack Wyatt back into quarterback in the smokestack formation. Galbraith dotting the I now. Wyatt takes the handoff. The give is to Langen. No, correction. Wyatt will keep it, and he will go nowhere. Maybe a yard. Probably got back to the line of scrimmage. They will spot him giving a yard. That might be a generous yard, as Wyatt had nowhere to go. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to go for this one. Wyatt will stay in at quarterback. Young staying on the sideline. So 2 straight plays of the same quarterback. I believe that might be one of the first times that's happened all season.
Well, this might be a play they call a donkey, where Jack Wyatt's going to punt the ball right here.
Jack Wyatt will step back, and that is exactly what will happen. A punt. Oh, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to roll. It's at the 5. It's going to be pinned down by Clay Mobley at the 5-yard line. Fantastic punt there. The 2 best punts of the night have been out of an offensive formation by Jacob Wiggins and Jack Wyatt.
Now the defense needs to hold.
Brian Reeves informing me that a group of dragons is called a flight of dragons. Thank you very much, Dad. 1st and 10 now from the 5-yard line for the Dragons. Wildcat defense needs to step up here now with Collierville back in their own territory. Glover, the senior quarterback, has a tight end and an H-back to his left, 2 receivers right. Jamarcus Watkins in the slot, covering the top receiver, Dotson. Glover with Hampton to his left hip. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking, flush to his left.
It's a safety! It is a safety!
Weston Boyd with the pressure! And Glover goes out of the back of the end zone! Weston Boyd with the speed rush on the outside! Gets them the ball and 2 points! You see under replay here, Weston was double-teamed and beats both of his men to shove him into the back of the fence here at Hilda J, and it's 2 points for the Cats.
Knox, that was all set up. It hadn't been the best night for Jack tonight. He's fumbled the ball, made a couple questionable calls, but he come through with a clutch donkey punt, it's called, and got down to the 5-yard line. Next play, leave it up to Weston Boyd, your senior defensive end.
The Wildcat defense taking over this game here against the Collierville Dragons. Your new score, 15-10. An odd score here at Clarksville High School. I don't know, do we have scored armies at the high school level?
Great question. And we get the ball back.
So Clarksville will add 2 points to their total and get the ball here with 2:12 left in the third quarter. Now it is time for Isaac Shelby offense, which is eating clock and running the football down your throat here late in the second half. Collierville's kicker will set up from the 20-yard line.
Should get good field position here off of this free kick.
Grayson Litton, the kickoff man. Jamarcus Watkins, the deep man, with his heels on the 27-yard line. Kick is deep and to Jamarcus. He's going to have an opportunity to return this. He's at the 30 and the 40. He's got blockers. He tries to bounce out to the outside. And he gets a break. 45, 40, 35, 30. One man to beat. It's the kicker. 30, 25, 10. And he's dragged down by the kicker inside the 10-yard line. And Hilda J. Richardson is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. The Wildcat offense will be set up inside the 10-yard line. Jamarcus Watkins somehow finding a hole from that huge spot of Dragons on the kickoff, somehow gets out of it and gets a huge return, and the Wildcat offense will be set up at the 8-yard line of the Dragons.
Talk about flipping a field. Whew. Only a sophomore, ladies and gentlemen.
Two huge plays back-to-back by senior Weston Boyd and sophomore Jamarcus Watkins. And now to see if the Wildcat offense can take advantage. Trey Young's the quarterback man in the smokestack. He'll take the snap under center on 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Langen, Dalrymple, and Galbraith, your backs from front to back. Young takes a snap, gives to Galbraith. He'll find a hole up the middle and get a few.
Here, you got to protect the ball. You're up 5. You're in field goal range. That puts you up 8. So, of course, everybody wants a touchdown, but you never know.
Galbraith will be taken down at about the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from there. Wyatt now under center. He'll take the snap in the Maryland I formation. Takes the snap, pitches to Dalrymple. He's got room on the left side. He's got a touchdown! Wildcats! James Dalrymple almost untouched into the end zone, and the Clarksville Wildcats have a 2-score lead. Fantastic blocking on the edge by the backs, tight ends, and linemen to free James Dalrymple on the goal line. Now we have a 21-10 ball game pending the extra point.
I believe that's James' 18th touchdown on the season.
Balthrop to kick it. Snap, set, kick, hold. Kick is good. Your new score here at Hilda J. Richardson. Cats 22, Dragons 10. 2 huge plays by senior Weston Boyd with a safety and sophomore Jamarcus Watkins to set the Wildcat offense up inside the 10. Leads to a 4-yard touchdown from James Dalrymple, and that puts the Cats up by 12 points here late in the 3rd quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how does the Collierville offense respond. There's more pressure on you than has been in this game, and you're going to have to play catch-up and throw the football, which they surprisingly haven't done very well today.
They're going to have to throw against that shell coverage, and that's tough. It's tough when you've got all those bodies back there. The Cats have done an unbelievable job with their front 5.
I mean, aside from that one play Dodson had on the sideline, their passing game has been almost mute today. Balthrop will be the kickoff man. With 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, your Wildcats up 22-10 in the first-round playoff matchup in 6A football against Collierville. The 2 deep men for the Dragons with their heels on the 18-yard line, not expecting anything too deep. Another pooch kick to number 4, and this could be dangerous for the Dragons. Gene Dotson will return it. He's got nowhere to go. That's a blindside block, and that'll be a personal foul, and there's multiple flags flying.
About 15 yards.
The Dragons will back themselves up into a hole, and just a bad start to the second half here for the Dragons. Ever since they have come out of the locker room, they have just been a little
Can you get the replay on that?
Holding on offense has declined. A personal foul, a block in the back, will not be declined for the Clarksville Wildcats. And that'll move the ball back and set the Dragons up deep in their own territory. Senior quarterback Aiden Glover will come back in. Not exactly looking like an SEC quarterback so far tonight.
I've watched a lot of film on him, Knox. This is not his typical game.
Credit, and I don't think that speaks much of him. I think it speaks volumes to the way the Wildcat defense has played tonight.
And they've taken away the screen game. You notice how our guys are pressing? They're right there taking that away.
Glover with 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Hampton, the running back, to his left hip. They'll run the ball up the middle with Hampton. He's going to bounce it out to the left side. He's got a little bit of room, but he's met with 3 Wildcats, the leading one being Jack Stein on the left side. It'll get about a 2-yard gain and bring up 2nd and 8 for the Dragon offense. Referees will take a timeout as one of the Dragon players will go down and hop right back up.
Jack Stein has been a phenomenal linebacker this year. Now, Knox, you've been around him the last 2 years. Did you see this coming? Because I did not.
Jack Stein has my vote to be the most improved player on the Wildcat squad.
Agreed.
Last year, he's a great kid. He works hard. He's always in the weight room. He's a very strong kid. Maybe doesn't look the strongest, but he's an extremely strong guy.
State contender for a wrestling title at 165 pounds.
Multi-sport athlete. That's a key thing here around Clarksville High. Made a lot of jumps and a lot of leaps, and I'm excited to see what he does. Glover with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and it looks like Jamarcus jumped on the snap there, trying to press Dotson on the left side. That'll be 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and short now.
Tell you what, you brought up a common theme there is the multi-sport athletes. Coach Brian Hetland has, I believe, 12 baseball players on here. Of course, Dow Ripple, Wyatt Moore, Dawson Smith, Coley Reynolds, Keaton Anderson, to name a few. Corbin Reynolds, of course. And then we got 5 or 6 wrestlers, 2 or 3 basketball players.
Glover takes the snap. He's going to look to pass. He's going to go to the right side. He's got a step on him. It looks like he's going to Great coverage by Cam Staley as he breaks that pass up, hits the seatbelt strap celebration, and it'll be 3rd and short for the Dragon offense.
Another underthrown ball.
I will say this. I don't think it's as much as Glover. I think the Wildcat defensive line has made him uncomfortable tonight. He doesn't look like he can just sit in the pocket and make those throws anymore. And this is an SEC quarterback we're playing against.
Yes, it is.
Just a fantastic job by the Wildcat defensive line. 3 receivers right, 1 to his left for Glover. Hampton on his right hip. Glover will take the snap. It's a handoff to Hampton up the right side. He's not gonna. Is he gonna find a hole? Yes, he will.
Second effort, guys.
Second effort by Hampton, who has played a great game tonight, aside from that fumble. He'll get 2 yards and he'll move the sticks for the Dragon offense. At first, it looked like he was not going to get there, but a fantastic second effort gets him the ball, and it looks like that's going to end the 3rd quarter here. Collierville does not have to snap it. It looks like they might snap it here. They're hurrying up a little bit. Collierville will snap it here. Drops back, looking to pass. Glover's going to be flushed to his left. He's going to take off to the left side. 30-35. He's dropped by Jamarcus Watkins, who makes the tackle. Misses him a little bit, but Jack Stein there to clean it up. I believe he ran far enough for a first down, gain of about 12. We'll end the 3rd quarter, and we'll take a quick timeout. The crunch time, the crucial time, and the best time for the playoffs. The 4th quarter of Wildcat playoff football will be right back after this break. The 4th quarter of action will kick off as the Dragons are at the 38-yard line. Senior Aiden Glover with Hampton on his right hip. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right.
Glover sort of got a cheap 11 yards there as the time was expiring.
Hilda J. Richardson is loud. Glover drops back to pass. He's going to go right side to his top receiver, and he's got to step on him. A great ball, and he catches it. No, he dropped it. Oh, my word. A picture-perfect pass from senior Aiden Glover to his top target, Dotson, and he drops it.
That's a Missouri commit. That ball was perfectly placed. Couldn't have been any better.
In stride, right on the money, hit him in the numbers, and hit him in the worst place you possibly can hit for a receiver, right in the hands.
45 yards in the air.
An uncharacteristic drop for Dotson, who seems to be shaken up a little bit. Got some grass in his face mask as he ate the turf on the way down. Good hustle there by Jamarcus Watkins to land on top of him, even though he got burned, and help.
We do have a final. West Creek lost to Germantown 47-0.
Hand off to Hampton in the middle. He's going to find a little bit of a hole and get about 4 yards here and bring up 3rd and 6 for the Dragon offense. Sad to see our fellow Clarksville football team, West Creek, have their season end tonight. Shout out to Coach Gallowitz and what they're building over there. They're going to be a really good program here in a couple years.
Those guys deserve to get in the playoff game. It was a really good game with Kirkwood last week to earn that position.
Glover's going to drop back to pass. He's looking right. He's going deep again. He's got a man. No, he does not. Isaiah Soto, the man with the interception. He's got blockers on the left side. He's at the 45-50. He's going to be taken down by a Dragon.
Did he fumble the ball?
Oh, the ball looks like it came out. Isaiah Soto seems to be all right, and no Dragon fell on it. It looks like they had checked out of the play on the replay here, and a Wildcat will come and grab the ball. It looks like the players around Soto thought the Dragon players, thought the ball was dead and didn't grab it, and then a Wildcat, I didn't see who it was, came and grabbed it.
That is Isaiah Soto's 7th interception on the year.
2nd of the night. I don't know if we give out player of the games, but mine is going to Isaiah Soto. I do not care. That is 2nd interception.
Forced fumble?
Also had a forced fumble. Has made great tackles all night in the secondary. Just fantastic. Wyatt now under center for the Wildcat offense in the Maryland I. Handoff is to Galbraith on the right side. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to get a second effort and get pushed, and he's going to get about 3 yards. A fantastic push and second effort led by Peyton Lane behind him. Turns a play from no gain to a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Wildcat offense.
So, a little bit of history tonight. Isaiah Soto just tied the single-season record for interceptions by a Wildcat. Tied Ron Embry and Johnny Todd that both had 7 in 1967.
Piece of history here tonight at Hilda J. Richardson. Youngs will take the snap. The give is to Dalrymple, and it looks like there's going to be a false start. A Collierville Dragon seems to be down and hurt. A weird injury, it seemed. Looks like he got hit in the round.
Is it number 6?
Area. That is number 6. That is John Clay Durley, senior linebacker and receiver. Seems to be all right. He'll run off the field. Regardless, it'll be a false start penalty that'll back up the Wildcat offense to about 2nd and 12 from the 47-yard line. Young's the quarterback, double tight end set, Bowles on the right side, Moore on the left. Your 2 wingbacks, Dalrymple on the left, Galbraith on the right, Peyton Langen in the pistol behind him. Langen takes the handoff up the middle, grabs a couple yards for a gain of about 3. We'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Wildcat offense. Only 9:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Time is now a crucial factor, especially for the Collierville Dragons trying to come back from this 2-score deficit. Wyatt will come in at quarterback on this 3rd-and-9 play. They're going to go back into the smokestack with Dalrymple dotting the I in the backfield. Langen, Galbraith, and Dalrymple, your 3 backs. Now they motion back to the wing-back set with Galbraith and Dalrymple.
True wing T here.
Now they're going to give it to Dalrymple on the jet motion. He's
Nice
got room
cut.
at the 45-40,
Nice
and he's
cut,
going to go
James.
get the first down after being tripped up by a Dragon, and we will take more time off of the game clock, which is huge here late in the fourth quarter. It is a
Holding.
They're going to call holding and bring this one back.
Really late flag there. Really late flag.
Interesting call there. As this is happening, we have an official final. Houston beats Dixon 42-0, and they will get the winner of tonight's Clarksville and Collierville game.
Crosstown. Rossview is down 34-10 in the fourth quarter.
Clarksville High School seems to be the only team from the area with a chance to advance to the second round. Bowles will come in for the double tight end set. Ben and Donovan on the right side here. Give is to nobody. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication on the Wildcat offense as Young's turned to hand to Watkins. He didn't take it. Dalrymple came by him. He didn't take it, and Young's just took it himself. Smart by the quarterback to try to get a little something out of that play. It gets about a yard, and it'll be fourth and a pretty long haul for the Wildcats, and it'll send out the punting unit.
So after this is the first time all night that the Cats have gone backwards on offense. Soto had the interception there and couldn't advance the ball, but ran 2.5 minutes off the clock, which is a good thing at this point.
8:15 what your clock reads here in the fourth quarter. Wildcats need every second of that to start dripping off. Collierville still with all 3 timeouts here. Snap is a little high, and Balthrop barely gets the punt off, but it's a good one. Thank the stars Balthrop got that one off, as that looked dangerous. Number 23 for the Dragons, Tristan Ewell, coming in hot off of the defensive end position, and looked like you could have had a shot to grab that one.
About a 22-yard punt, which I know Charlie's not happy with, but with that much pressure on him, just glad he got it off.
In that situation, you're right. It's good that he just got the punt off. Aiden Glover will come back into the game here, trying to lead a comeback for this Collierville offense.
I believe he's got as many interceptions as he does completions at this point.
That doesn't sound too far-fetched. Glover pressured. He's going to go backwards. Donovan Bowles is going to try to run after him.
the referee over.
Blows the referee over. Glover throws it right side. No one home. A good throw for being on the run. Referee in the backfield takes a tumble as Glover had to go way back. 3 Wildcats in his face. And again, you see the Wildcat defensive line taking over this game.
I'll tell you what, super fan Tony Botts posted this week on Facebook about the massive line that Collierville has. And they are massive. We look at them. But Knox are not very athletic. Donovan Bowles, Peyton Langdon, Weston Boyd, they're just abusing them with their speed and strength. These boys down in Collierville aren't used to this physicality that the Cats are putting to them today.
And the Collierville offensive line is including a left tackle committed to Duke. Glover back to pass. He's pressured again by Donovan Bowles. Spinning, trying to make something happen. He's going to chuck one up to Camille Childs, who commits pass interference. 3 flags fly. He had his hands up, it looked like. You can face guard in high school, but they were not okay with the face guarding there. Just a desperation heave from Glover here late in the second half. And they're going to move the ball up 15 yards. A little bit of an error there by Childs to face guard him there. Did not invite the flag, but also did not shy away from it. 1st and 10 now from the 44-yard line for the Collierville Dragons. 1st down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Dragons take the snap. Glover back to pass. Looking right. Throws right to his man Dotson. Jamarcus has him stride for stride. And they're going to throw another pass interference flag. Looked like a little hand fighting from Watkins and Dotson, but nothing more. And they're going to get another 15 yards and stop the clock. Looks like actually they didn't stop the clock, and a couple extra seconds ran off there. Watkins got a little touchy there, and they're going to call him for pass interference. That'll move the Dragons up to the 41-yard line of the Wildcats. 2 straight pass interference calls. Gets the Dragons 30 yards without any completions.
You know, Knox, this is like a 10-year-old Madden game where they're just throwing it up, hoping for a wing and a prayer, and the last 2 passes, it's worked for them.
Glover motions Hampton to his right hip. Got 2 receivers left, an H-back and a receiver right. Glover points at a linebacker, takes the shotgun snap, drops back to pass, looks right, looks left, flushed again. Donovan Bowles got him! Donovan Bowles got him! He gets home again. The entire defensive line swallows Aiden Glover, who's slow to get up. It looks like he's down.
Don't want to see that at all.
Glover seems to be all right. Got up on his own accord.
I think he's going to have to sit out a play, though.
Will have to sit out a play. That'll bring up backup quarterback Grant Troutman, a junior.
Good size on that young man.
A loss of about 10 will bring up 2nd and 20. Fans are upset. I don't know quite about what. Maybe the spot of the football? Giving him forward progress there?
I imagine this will be a handoff to the running back.
Troutman will drop back to pass, looks right, he's going to throw it to Dotson, who's open! The defensive back fell, and it's a touchdown for the Dragons! Jamarcus Watkins slips in coverage, and a fantastic play to go get it from Dotson has silenced the crowd here at Hilda J. Richardson, and we're back to a 1-score game with still 6:38 left to play.
It's a heck of a play, heck of a throw by the backup quarterback. Coming in cold, just launches it. That's been their MO the last drive and a half.
Might I say, one of the best throws of the night.
It was a rocket. And Dotson did not drop that one.
He was upset about that first drop. You can tell it doesn't happen for him often. For the extra point, snap, set, hold, kick is up, kick is good, and that'll bring it back to a 5-point ball game. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a game on our hands. 6:38 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Collierville Dragons 17, Clarksville Wildcats 32. And now you call on your Wildcat offense to get some first downs and hopefully eat some clock.
Eat some clock, put some points on the board.
Collierville sideline and fans, and shout out to their dance team who has been rocking it all night. I don't know how I haven't mentioned them yet. Now a little bit rejuvenated, almost dead after the safety and kickoff return and touchdown back to back to back.
Looks like Jamarcus might be a little, he's going to sit out. Is he going to go in? As Coach Isaiah Johnson's talking to him. He's sitting him out, he's pulling him out.
Always keeping him in. Johnson, a master motivator. Probably talking to Watkins about that slip and coverage.
One of the greatest running backs in Montgomery County history. Out at Rossview. Played with the Bills for a while on their practice squad.
I would argue the 2 greatest running backs in Montgomery County history are both coaches for the Clarksville Wildcats. Jay Bailey, Isaiah Johnson.
Hey, I've seen some other ones good here tonight. Ernie Rice is here.
Yeah.
He's a good one. Chris Fletcher's a good one.
A lot of good names to come through the purple and gold of Clarksville High. I put my boy Jamar up there.
Clarksville High is ready for anything here. They've got 8 guys within 10 yards of the ball.
Watkins, the deep man, with his heel on the 3-yard line. They're going to kick it deep to him. Watkins will let it bounce in the end zone for a touchback. Smart there by the sophomore corner and wingback.
One drive. They need one drive. It's right here.
This drive has to eat clock and get first downs. This is where you are tested late in the game on a cold November evening in the fourth quarter. Can your offense overpower the defense of Collierville? They're going to bring in a 2 tight end set, and Clarksville's basically going to say, hey, we're going to run the ball at you. What are you going to do about it? Wyatt, the man under center in the Maryland I formation. Langen, Galbraith, and Dalrymple, your 3 backs from front to back. Hilda J starting to come alive a little bit here. They give us to Dalrymple, and he's got nowhere to go. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Looked like some miscommunication there.
Looked like the handoff was supposed to go to Galbraith. The way Wyatt held it out, but Galbraith did not take it, and Dalrymple took it. It'll actually be a loss of 1. It doesn't look like he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Wildcat offense. Double wing, double tight for the Cats. Handoff is to Dalrymple. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to shake and bake. He's going to carry a couple Dragons, and he's getting close to the first down, maybe a yard short. That is where they will spot him, is on the 29-yard line, a yard short of the first down. And this is a huge 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats.
Of course, James became the 13th rusher in Clarksville High history to eclipse 1,000 yards last week. Just adding on to that total.
And we just had the 12th last year with Jamal.
That's right. And 11th the year before with Rayshawn.
A lot of really good backs to come through Clarksville High. Wyatt, the man under center, Langen your back. Dalrymple in motion. They're going to QB sneak it with Wyatt, and he's going to get a shove and get there and more.
First down, Cats.
I believe he got 3 yards on that shove. A great play. No, 4 yards. Excuse me.
That's going to eat at least 2 more minutes of clock. Knox, 2 more minutes of clock.
5:07 left in the fourth quarter here. Collierville still with all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 for the Wildcat offense. Young's the quarterback in the double wing, double tight formation. Ben Moore, the tight end to the left. Donovan Bowles, the tight end to the right. Your wing backs, Galbraith on the right, Dalrymple on the left. Your sole back, Peyton Langen, in the backfield. Dow Promotions, it's a give to him. It's a toss. He's got not much room to go, and he'll get swallowed up by Dragon defenders. Dalrymple pleads for a face mask, but will not get one. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Wildcat offense.
This next play will be called with less than 4 minutes to go.
Very, very interesting situation here in this 5-point game for the Wildcat offense. 2nd and 10 now, a little behind the chains, but still 2 downs to make it up. Wyatt will go under center in the smokestack. Dalrymple, the man dotting the I. Wyatt takes the snap, hands it to Dalrymple. He's got a little hole up the middle. He'll get about 2 yards, but no more. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Is that Amari Galbraith down?
That is Galbraith down on the field, which stops the clock. Not Amari's fault, obviously, but huge right now in this game. Galbraith looks to be something in his leg, in his left leg, that our world-class athletic trainer Teresa Sparn is testing out. Hope Amari is okay. While Amari is down, we'll give a shout-out to our amazing athletic trainer, Teresa Sparn.
Clarksville High School Hall of Famer, Teresa Sparn.
The best in the nation. No opinion. We'll be testing on that.
You know who else I want to give a shout-out to? It's Greg and Sarah Reynolds, our excellent producers on our telecast each week. Without them, we couldn't do any of this.
Do you know, like in spy movies, when they sit at the desk and they have all the computer screens and the buttons? That's what Greg looks like right now, sitting next to me, and he's going to get mad at me for shouting him out, but he does a fantastic job.
It looks like he's fixing to launch a rocket or something.
3rd and 7 now for the Wildcat offense.
Play of the game, Knox, right here.
A huge 3rd down for Trey Youngs and his crew. They'll go back to the smokestack. Langen, Stein, and Dalrymple your backs. Youngs, they give the Dalrymple. He finds a hole. He's not going to get anywhere
Do they call
close.
timeout here? Do you call timeout if you call Collierville?
Maybe 2 yards. It looks like they're not going to call timeout. They're going to let the clock run a little bit. Not a terrible call here.
I would not be surprised if Isaac does not run this clock down, try to draw him off sides, and then call timeout.
He's definitely going to. If I know Isaac, he's going to run a jet motion with either Jack or James and try to call them off sides in that way.
We do have another final. Brentwood defeated Cane Ridge 28-7.
4th down and 4. Will the Wildcats go for it? No, it's going to be a donkey punt from Jack Wyatt. Pooch punt for the Wildcats. Not a bad punt. We'll spot it at the 32-yard line, and the Dragons will take possession with 2:38 left to play in the ball game. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Clarksville High School Wildcat defense has taken over the game so far, but they are asked to step up at least one more time here in this ball game.
2 minutes, 38 seconds, and it looks like Glover is returning.
Aiden Glover will come back in at quarterback for the Dragons. No, that is the backup quarterback.
That's the same young man.
Grant Troutman. He'll come in with 3 receivers to his left and 1 receiver to the right. Hampton, the running back, on his right hip. The backup junior quarterback trying to lead the game-winning drive for the Dragons. He'll drop back to pass. Looks right, looks left. Flush to his left. Tells a man to go deep. He's going to sling it deep. He's got a man, and it's off the fingertips. Demicah Gregory had a step on outside linebacker Corbin Reynolds, and the ball was in his hands. If he had caught that, he might still be running.
Hey, good news, Amari Galbert's back there on defense.
Amari Galbraith seems to be all right. A huge, huge good news for the Wildcats on offense and defense. 2nd and 10 now for the Dragon offense, and backup quarterback Troutman. Grant Troutman, that is. Troutman with 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Hampton on his left hip. He'll take the shotgun snap, drops back to pass, looks right, throws right, complete for about a 9-yard gain. Good pass
short,
there.
Though, and the clock is going to run.
Clock will run short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about 1.
Clock's not really a factor. They have all 3 timeouts.
Martez Carter on the receiving end of that throw, the slot receiver. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Collierville Dragon offense. Hampton takes the snap. The give is to Hampton. He'll find a hole in the middle, and he's going to get shoelace tackled by Cam Staley, but not after a 10-yard gain. Will get him up to midfield at the 50-yard line. Clock will stop. The Dragons trying to get a playoff here. A little bit of mania as they sub in and out. Dragons about to run a play, and the Wildcats still have players on the field. The Dragons will not snap it in time. Draws back to pass, Troutman. He's got a man in the middle, complete, and he's free, and he's got it tackled by Amari Galbraith. A dart from Grant Troutman in the middle of the field has the Dragons set up almost in the red zone. And how about you? Oh no, Peyton Langen is down. Again. Peyton Langen is down at the 45-yard line. Tried to run back, but could not get there. Hoping Peyton is okay. Let's talk about the game a little bit on this break. What a dart from backup quarterback Grant Troutman in the middle of the field.
This young man came to play.
Fantastic throw. Now has the Dragons threatening here in a 1-score game, and now it spells danger for the Clarksville Wildcats. 1:37 left to go in this ball game. Clarksville Wildcat defense, who has played phenomenal tonight, is asked to step up one more time against Grant Troutman, Joakim Dotson, and crew. Troutman remains the quarterback. I do not see Glover on the sideline. I don't know what happened to him. Troutman, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. This crowd is crazy. Hampton on his right hip. Troutman will take the shotgun snap. Looks right to pass, and the play is blown dead. False starter, and the Dragons will back him up 5 yards, and that is a huge 5 yards here with only 1:21 left to play in the game.
what makes this young man scary to me is he's looking for other guys besides Dotson. Glover was locked in on Dotson all night long. He's throwing it to other receivers. That makes that Collierville offense extremely dangerous.
Troutman with 2 receivers on both sides. Hampton on his right hip. He'll take the shotgun snap. Looks right to pass. He's going to be flushed. He's going to step up and run. Troutman to the 20, to the 15, and he's tackled from behind by Dawson Smith and Weston Boyd. He'll get to about the 14-yard line, and that will be about a yard short of the first down for the Dragons. Collierville will take their first timeout here in the second half with 54 seconds remaining, down 5. Man, no matter what happens, we're set up for a fun finish here at Hilda J. Richardson.
It's gonna be a finish. Backup quarterback coming in. This is something stories are talking about. Frank Reich when the Bills come back against the Oilers.
A comeback story indeed. Down 22-10 with about 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. The Dragons have stormed all the way back behind backup quarterback Grant Troutman. If we thought the quarterback would be the difference in the game, we didn't think it'd be the backup.
Not at all.
Hilda J. Richardson stands trying to come alive here a little bit. Most of the noise is coming from the adults in the crowd. Student section hopefully can get a little loud here and help out their
student section's right there where the ball's at. You would think they would be very loud and boisterous, but they're not.
Troutman will come back in at quarterback. No sign of Aiden Glover. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hampton on his right hip. At the 12-yard line, Collierville needs a touchdown in the next 54 seconds. Hampton rolls right. He's going to throw it. He's got number 7. He's going to run in. He's short. He's short. He did not get there. He's at the 1-yard line. Martez Carter, the receiver that caught it. There's a Wildcat down on the field, but the Dragons will spot it at the 1-yard line. Refs will take their own timeout. I believe that will cost Clarksville a timeout if they had an injured player. But the Dragons will have the football on the 1-yard line after a fantastic run and catch by Martez Carter from Troutman. And now the Wildcat defense on the goal line has to step up. Cooper Nebben will come in at corner. Jamarcus Watkins will go out. Troutman will be the quarterback with Hampton on his left hip. Troutman takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. He's in for the touchdown. Troutman takes the lead for the Collierville Dragons with 39 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. A nightmare scenario here for the Clarksville Wildcats. A 1-point game, 2 pending the extra point. It looks
they're going to go for 2, I'm assuming.
Looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
That would be the right call.
Troutman, the quarterback, will stay in the game. Collierville up 1, looking to go up 3.
Do the Cats have a miracle in them?
Troutman will motion him in to his left side. And Collierville will take their second timeout of the second half. Just a lapse in coverage here in these last couple drives. The Wildcat defense that had been holding up so well here in this game just lost a couple guys in coverage here.
That's exactly right. And the previous drive, the back-to-back in pass interference calls just crushed the Cats.
The momentum in this building has flipped from all Clarksville to all Collierville here. And you knew the Dragons were going to make plays. You knew the Dragons were going to make throws and make incredible catches. But you didn't know it was going to be right at the end of the game.
With the backup quarterback.
With the backup quarterback. This is an ending unlike any other, ladies and gentlemen. Troutman will stay in at quarterback and huddle his team up to try to lead them to a 2-point conversion and a 3-point lead. Troutman with Three receivers in a diamond stack to his right. Single receiver left is Dodson. He'll motion him over to the left side to make it two receivers left, two receivers right. Hampton on his left hip. He'll motion another receiver to make it three receivers left, one receiver right. Hand it off to Hampton. It's a double reverse to Dodson. He's going to try to throw it to the quarterback, but Dodson will run it himself and will not get there. And that'll keep it a 1-point game here between the Dragons and the Cats. The Cats only down one here with all three timeouts and 39 seconds remaining. Charlie Balthrop has shown he can hit it from about 50 at max. So the spot to gain would be about 33-yard line.
I would say that to be inside the 30 for him to attempt it. Well, Jamarcus Watkins with the run back earlier. Let's see if we can get another magic right here. I don't think they're going to kick to him. They're probably going to pooch it of some sort.
Watkins will be the deep man for the kickoff return team for the Wildcats. Collierville now up 1, 39 seconds to go here in the ball game. Clarksville, the last team standing from Region 7, 6A.
They do have all three timeouts left.
Watkins, the deep man, with his heels on the 4-yard line. And here we go. They will kick it deep. Watkins will return this. He's at the 10 and the 15. He's got a couple blockers. He's going to try to find some room. 25 to 30. And he is tackled by a swarm of Dragons with 31.7 seconds remaining here in the first half. The 10-0 Clarksville Wildcats are now on their last breath. 31 seconds and 3 timeouts to try to get in the field goal range for Charlie Balthrop.
You need to go about 50 yards to have a shot.
Jack Wyatt will be the man at quarterback for the Wildcats. People have to remember anything inbounds is still in play here as they have all 3 timeouts. Wyatt will take the snap with Anderson and Mobley to his left, Moore to his right. He'll look left. He's flustered. They're not going to call holding. It looks like it was. He's flustered, and they're going to throw to Mobley, and it's not going to be short. It'll skip in front of him.
Wasted 10 seconds.
23 seconds remaining now. No timeout needed. But Collierville's players starting to mock the Wildcats a little bit with some celebrations. Maybe a little too early for that. But you're right. Just 10 seconds off the clock, the Wildcats are going to need back. (23-22) your ball game score. 23 seconds remaining. Youngs will take the snap. He'll roll to his right. He finds a little room. He's going to throw it to, and it's intercepted. No, it hit the ground. They're going to say it hit the ground. They're going to rule it incomplete, and I would love to see a replay on that if we can, because that was close. See your replay on your screen here. It looks like that ball did skip on the ground, but a couple inches over, and that would have been ball game Dragons. 3rd and 10 now with the Dragons sideline alive. Wyatt now in at quarterback with his receivers being Mobley, Dalrymple, Galbraith, and Moore. Jack Wyatt takes the snap. He'll drop back. Pressured. He's going to chuck a prayer up to Ben Moore, who catches it at the 43-yard line. Timeout.
Great catch by Ben Moore.
Great catch. And a timeout with 10.7 seconds remaining will give the Wildcats a first down at the 42-yard line. And now there's danger. Youngs will most likely come in on this next play at quarterback. It'll be interesting to see what they do with their season on the line. 10 seconds remaining.
That's a really good route run, really good catch. Gives us a shot.
Ben Moore, the junior receiver.
I think the next play should be a 10-yard out, settled up for a Hail Mary.
Couldn't agree with you more. Keep in mind, Clarksville does have a timeout, so they still, 2 timeouts, excuse me, so they can kind of go over the middle of the field here. If they choose. Wyatt will be the man at quarterback. Dalrymple, Anderson, and Mobley to his left. Moore to his right. Wyatt will take the shotgun snap in an empty formation. They'll motion Keaton Anderson across, fake the jet to him. Wyatt rolls up. He's going to throw up a prayer to Ben Moore, and it's out of bounds. And the flag!
On the play!
They're going to call pass interference.
He was
on
all over Ben
Collierville
Moore.
with 3 seconds remaining. That'll move the ball up about 15 yards.
Knox, we got a break there because there's no uncatchable in high school. That ball was 20 yards out of bounds. Luckily, we got the call.
That'll put the ball at the 41-yard line of the Dragons. Not in field goal range, but enough for a chance at a Hail Mary. Jack Wyatt will be the man at quarterback with their season on the line. 3 seconds remaining. Clarksville down 1 to the Dragons of Collierville here in the first round. An undefeated season, a perfect record in the region,
On the line.
city championship. All doesn't matter if you can't complete this pass. Wyatt will take the shotgun snap at the 47-yard line. Takes the snap, drops back. He's pressured, has to move up. Moves to his left side. He's gonna try to find
the
something,
ball.
and he's not even gonna
What is
get
he
a
doing?
throw off. Wyatt will be sacked in the backfield, and that will end Clarksville's season. Collierville comes into Clarksville and upsets the 10-0 Wildcats. There are cats laying on the field, helmets off. And what a game and what a comeback for the Dragons from Collierville. One of their players stood in the middle of the field and celebrated on the C. Not exactly the best look. The Wildcats will get up and try to handshake with the Dragons. And that is a sweep for Region 8, 6A
Region 8
football.
sweep them. Everybody predicted it, and it came true. So, it is what it is.
Regardless, a great game from the Wildcats.
The player of the game is the backup quarterback. What's his name?
His name is Grant Troutman, a junior quarterback.
Grant Troutman has got a future in football.
So Collierville will move on. They will go take a short trip to Houston next week for round 2 of the TSSAA playoffs. The Wildcats, unfortunately, will have their season end at a 10-1 record.
10-1 matches 4 other teams with 10 wins in Clarksville High history.
Still a historic season nonetheless. Do not let this game overshadow what the Cats have done this season.
Right. And hey, what a heck of a game.
A absolute fantastic football game to watch if you're just a football fan, no matter what you are.
Collierville came back, fought. My hat goes off to them. I don't appreciate some of the post-game antics, but hey, it's an emotional game.
Collierville will come out with the 1-point victory, a final here at Hilda J. Richardson, and they will celebrate throughout the night. And they deserve it. Congratulations to the Dragons of Collierville, and good luck to them throughout the season here as they go face Houston next week.
Well, that does it for Clarksville High football for 2023.
We will see you guys next season, ladies and gentlemen. It's a final from Hilda J. Richardson, Collierville 23, Clarksville 22. You're listening to the Wildcat Radio Network.